Wah! Huh! Yeah! What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Oh, wah! Huh! Yeah! What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Sing it again, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Man Cave 101 podcast, episode 7. Yeah, that's how we do it up in here. I am one of your many hosts, Abel. Alongside me tonight, the man in the chair, Aaron. What's up, Aaron?
Yo, what up?
Live from the Man Cave, Leo. How we doing?
What up?
From a land not so down under, deep in the heart of Texas, Wendeezy, how we doing?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Where Brooklyn at? Big Chase, how we doing?
Oh, Chase is muted.
Except Chase is muted. So let's try it again. Where Brooklyn at? Except
wow! We're out! What's up, folks?
And from Speak On in Comics, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. How you doing, Charles?
Cut it out, Charles.
Folks.
Cut it out, Chase. How you guys doing? How you guys doing tonight?
Is this sound hurt?
I'm ready.
Boy, do we have a doozy tonight. As I stated in the beginning of this podcast, this is the Man Cave Podcast 101, where we talk about all things nerdy, all commentary on TV shows, movies, comics, anything you guys want to hear about, the nerdiest things we can talk about. That's what we're here to do. Please like, follow, subscribe on YouTube at Man Cave 101 Podcast and on Facebook. Help us with these algorithms. Let's get our names out there. Let's have some fun tonight. And like I said, we have a doozy tonight. There will be massive spoilers on anything and everything we talk about. There will be smoking. There will be drinking. There will be lots of cursing, especially from Leo. So with that said, as always, we start here with a shot and or a drink. So everyone, cheers. If you have them, drink them.
I just want to say the 2-minute warning is here already, and thank you, brother. Thank you for.
We love you for the support, bro.
Good looking.
Yo, you are the man. Yeah. We've been talking about you all week, and we got a doozy for you tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we're gonna start with the Comic Corner. Support your local comic shops. Leo, start us off.
All right, the first book of the night is TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Last Ronin. This cover, it is beautiful, and it's from the great Kevin Eastman. You cannot go wrong with him, and his signature is still golden, and the first person to actually draw for his signature.
Hey, yo.
This book is the final issue, and this is the 1-in-10 ratio. There's 2 other ratios to this book, but this is my top favorite cover just because it's upside down and it's sick as hell.
That's great.
All right, the next book we have is ASM number 1.
Yo,
this is
about here?
This is it's just I don't know if what is his name?
Gleason.
Who did the webhead?
It's Gleason.
ASM 55. His name is freaking coming away from me, but it's a beautiful cover. John Romita has been doing this for a while, but I think that he's kind of biting off of ASM 55 webhead, but it looks sick. The next variant. The next comic is Silk number 4. Oh.
Hey, yo.
Jung Lee.
What are we doing here?
This is another variant cover. This is I think this is only one. There's only one other variant for this book, and it doesn't look this good.
I don't think there's many things that look that good.
All right, so this is the first name of the night. Let's see. Ji Ying Lee?
Ji Young. I'll give it to
you. Ji Young Lee. We'll give that.
I'll give it to you.
85%. 85%.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Young Lee.
Young Lee. I'll take it. I will take it. But yeah, this is another great cover that came out. It's coming out this week. The next cover is Something's Killing the Children. I love this book just because it's so dark.
Oh, my fault.
I love this book because it's so dark, and the artist is James. Oh,
James Tinian.
Thank you. The fourth.
No,
fifth,
wait.
Whatever the
Wait, no, is it the fourth or the fifth, Leo? Which one is it?
whatever. It's the 16th. I don't give a shit.
That might be a shot. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Oh, whatever.
Nice cover though.
This is a sick cover.
Fire.
Did we lose Leo? Because I feel like that's what's going on right now.
I'm pretty sure we lost Leo.
That's fine. Let's go to the next comic.
Okay.
Ooh, Wolverine number 021. The publisher is Marvel. That is shocking to me. If I had to guess the artist on this, I would say it is Felipe Masafera. I think that's a fair.
That sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds
great. Yeah, and I know Leo's really mad right now that he's not allowed to talk about this one because
for real, right?
he's a Wolverine head.
Yeah,
Boy, is this nice. And Leo, we're
Leo's
back.
Kind of. There
What up, dude? I'm gonna let you talk about your comic because I know you want to talk about this one, even though I. But who do you think the artist is? If you had to guess, and he didn't want to talk to me anymore.
Hey, and he's over you. So.
I mean, to be honest,
he bowed out.
To be honest, I'm over my shit too. It's been a long week.
Yeah. So,
but yeah. So is that the last one? Just out of curiosity?
No, we have 3 hot covers this week.
Yeah.
We have 3 hot covers. All right, Chase, you want to talk about this one? We'll take some turns. I guess.
This one is Edge of the Spider-Verse number 2. It's a facsimile edition, cover A for Marvel. One of my favorite artists, Mike Mayhew. He's got some of the dopest covers I've ever seen in my life, man. He can pretty much just send me one of everything he makes. I'm good. But
nice.
Yeah, this is one of the hottest covers out.
Cover is dope.
Yeah. Yeah. And Leslie.
Oh man, what are we doing?
This cover is sick.
What are we doing here?
If you don't have this cover, you better go get it.
Where can I get this cover right now?
Number 300, the red and gold exclusive variant. I think there's 2 or 3 other colors this comes in. Another Mike Mayhew creation. Told you he's one of my favorite. My favorite artists and whatnot.
That was a 10 out of 10 description of his name. Well done.
Yeah. Nah,
that is a nice cover. Man. Yeah.
And
listen,
I think we're getting Leo back.
Leo's back.
Go back to Wolverine.
Leo, we did Wolverine and Spider-Gwen for you. Do you want to tell us about Miles Morales and maybe the artist's name? Do you want to try it?
The artist, that artist is Mike Mayhew. These are Mike Mayhew.
Good job.
That's his name.
You got it.
Nicely done.
That's Mike Mayhew. And this is an exclusive for East Side Comics.
Word.
Yeah, and the last, I'm sorry to say, the Edge of Spider-Verse is also exclusive for Mike Mayhew's website.
Yeah.
Is that MikeMayhew.com? Because I'm about to buy both of these right now.
Yeah, I really like this cover.
They're nice.
This is the homage cover from ASM 300. So it's always been a classic. Everybody's used this, even the Todd father.
So let me ask you guys a question. I'm just curious about this. So when you buy these books, I know it's like some of these guys will sign the book. You can buy it signed with the Koa. You can buy it just normal. You can get what they call Clayton Crane does the Infinity signature. Which option do you guys go for?
All of the above. All of the above. If I have the money, all of the above.
Yo, this man took like 5 markers and just signed that like that. That is hot. I don't care what anyone says. That's sick.
Yeah. Dude, it's a different level. what he did. He's the first person to do the Infinity signature. That I'm almost 100% sure that he's the first person to do the Infinity signature. He's the same person like Kevin Eastman. He's the first person to sign with a turtle head.
It's
Every book,
awesome.
dude. You can't fake his signatures at all. So
yeah, both. I think we had him signed for us 2 years in a row when we went to Comic-Con, and both times I'm just like, this is awesome. This is so cool.
And also the piece de resistance tonight, we get to announce the winner of last week's comic giveaway.
Oh, hey, yo, who won?
Hey, yo.
Senor John Fisher.
John Fisher, who I believe is in here right now. What up, John?
The big John.
How we doing?
Yes, I have. Hang on, I can share the screen in case anybody wants to see that it was not fairly done, because it was. Please hold.
We did randomize it.
We did a randomizer, and John Fisher did win.
Johnny Fish up at the top.
So,
and
for a little proof.
And this is the book that he won.
Oh,
that way. Here we go.
I think we feel passionate about that book right now.
Yeah.
We feel,
oh, hang on. Let me give him a little zoom in so we can see his cover a little better. Hang on.
Great.
Give it to him.
There you go.
So my fake profile won, huh? Good
very
deal.
nice. Very nice. Congratulations.
Oh my God.
Congratulations.
Will the real John Fisher please stand up?
Please.
I need the mail and I'll come pick it up.
Okay, I got you.
Pick it up.
John Fisher, please.
Wow. Hey, yo. We're not going to put that one up.
No, we're not.
What?
Please email me. No, please message the Facebook group. And everyone who's watching tonight, please go to YouTube, like, subscribe, write a comment, give us some feedback of what you guys want to see. And whoever writes comments, likes, comments, subscribe is in the drawing for another book for next week. And we'll announce it every Thursday right after the Comic Corner.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice.
I love it. I love it.
You're so generous, Leo.
I know.
Very nice. Very nice.
No,
I'm a nice guy every once in a while.
Just give a comment to your friends, Leo. Just
Seriously, how long I've been knowing you? You ain't give me a comic, man. What's up? All right. So I guess next topic, right? Is that what we're doing? And then we cheers, and then we figure this out. Oh my God! All right, everyone, hold back your tears.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to get into the Moon Knight episode 5, which I'm sure many of you know is a doozy. So if you have not seen Moon Knight episode 5, this is your time to exit because we will be going into full spoilers. I think we are going to go deep in the heart of Texas and start with Wendeezy tonight. I'm feeling it. Wendell.
Yo.
Moon Knight episode 5. Talk to us.
Oh man, listen, I gotta watch it again. Like I
watched that shit 3 times, man.
I am so tripping off of it. Like especially the ending. My man fell off the boat. I was like,
devastating.
So I'm kind of curious as how they're gonna play this because you still got that shaking sarcophagus from episode 4. Right? We got that mystery personality who was just a straight stone cold killer. So I don't know. It looked like he's heading back to the land of the living. I hope this is what happens. I hope we get to see Jake Lockley instead for a little bit, give Steven a rest. But yeah, man, this was crazy this week, man. I gotta watch it again so I can get my head wrapped around it, man. Yo, the hippo, she made me laugh. Yo, Shorty was like, "Them's the rules."
I know, right? Like.
Yo, so I mean, but yo, it was crazy, man. Reliving all that dude's childhood trauma, like, yo, Steven finding out what he found out, like, yo, you ain't real, son. Sorry, kid. But yo, it was deep though. It was a real deep thinking episode, and I dig it. But I definitely gotta watch it again, man, because it's not even it hasn't even registered with me yet, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough. It really is. I'm actually gonna go next because I have a weird take. Like, I'm not gonna do my normal episode like rundown or something like that. I as a show as a whole, I think we're in a good place. However, I'm concerned on how the finale is going to go based off of what we saw. And I don't know if you guys have heard, the finale, from what I've read, is only 42 minutes long, which actually makes it the shortest episode in the show. So if you think about all the things we have to close up, right? Obviously, we have, what's her face being let out, and Harrow probably being an Avatar. Him and Moon Knight are going to fight. How is Khonshu getting back? Where's my girl Layla? The third persona. They have so much to go through that I am a little concerned that we're not going to get the meat and potatoes that we want. And I think the meat and potatoes that we're missing is just Moon Knight in the suit kicking ass, right? Like, how much in 42 minutes are we really going to get of that? So that's my concern. But this episode was like one of the, I might say it's probably the darkest Disney Plus episode that they've put out there since these shows started. For them to go through pretty much child abuse, trauma, like showing us how he pretty much invented Stephen Grant. There's a lot of things in this episode that I'm sure people probably resonated with, and there were tears flying, all that stuff. But it definitely had its moments too. I mean, Terouette, the hippo, was amazing. Like I thought she was played very well and hysterical. Like whoever, I don't know who voiced her, but she did an incredible job, because she was like funny, but then like, oh yeah, by the way, when we get to this place, if the scales don't match, you're going to hell, and you're going to be there forever. But she said it in such a funny way. Like, I just think they sold it very well. And then just seeing Mark, Oscar Isaac, just go through all the emotions he went through in this episode playing Steven and Mark, it was just incredible. He needs every award that could be given to a TV actor, because I don't think there's a lot of people that could have played this role the way Oscar Isaac is playing it. And then just going through the memories, like seeing like the actress that played his mother too. Wow. She made you feel like, oh God, she's gonna hit me. Like, she's gonna hurt me. She played like I hate to say it, like she played an abuser to a T. Like it was really crazy to see, and it gave it that energy that you were like, wow, this is deep. And then just the darkness of seeing all the when they walked into that room and you see all the dead bodies of the people that he's killed, and how Khonshu clearly like used the moment to manipulate Mark to say, hey, listen, like, you're about to die. It's me or death. Which one you want? And he had to choose. It was just a lot of emotion in the episode. But like I said, as a whole, as a show, I'm worried how they're going to end it. And I hope they don't do this, but I feel like they're going to not show us Lockley until like, or I'm sorry if I'm getting his name wrong, until like a after credit thing. And I hope they don't do that, but I just get this feeling that they might. But, and then going into the Field of Reeds, how does he even get out of that? How does he get back? How does he get to Layla? How does he get to Khonshu? How does he get the suit? The Harrow fight is, how many people is he going to fight? Where does it end? Like, it's a lot to do in 42 minutes. So that's my take on the episode. There's a lot there, but I did like the episode. It was great. So let's go to Leo. Leo, what'd you think?
It was a really great episode. The CGI was impeccable, and the weighing of the scales, oh god, it just brings out a lot of, I love the way that they're tying in this Egyptian lore and everything together. It's perfect, and I got my little bit of violence in it, so I'm happy. When Steven started beating that guy with the bat, I was like, hit him again. He fucking hit him.
Doing his violence.
Yes, doing his fucking violence. I needed that. And all the issues that they were having when his brother got drowned, and all, just bringing everything back and bringing back everything where he's supposed to be. And when he was hitting himself in that scene in the office, I was like, yo, he actually did lose his goddamn life.
Yeah, he definitely.
That was crazy.
I was just like, and when in the different parts of him going into that room, and then he's beat up, and then he's cut up, then he's not cut up, and then he has a hole, then he doesn't have a hole, then he's perfectly fine. Then Steven pops out, and then him Harold holding the phone, you want to talk to your mother? And I'm just like, oh, wow. Dude, he deserves every, like you said, every damn award there is for TV shows or TV series running.
Facts.
He did a great freaking job in this, but as we all know, we don't know if he's going to come back next season. So,
yeah, that's true. He hasn't signed anything after, and like the reason him, Ethan Hawke, and all these people joined this show was because it was so disconnected from the MCU. So the question is, does he actually come back and do it? But I don't know, man. I can't see him not. You know what he's not going to do? He's not going to do Star Wars again. I'm telling you right now he ain't. But another story for another time. Let's go. Let's go to Charles.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this was a very heartbreaking episode for me. I didn't, for them to reveal the origin story was what I've been waiting on this whole time. They didn't show exactly what happened to him verbatim, but they do show his body, kind of going to the, Khonshu, and, Khonshu, like you said, manipulated him into becoming his fist, But what was interesting about this particular episode was that not only did it give you the sort of the origin story, but it gave you a lot more into the the trauma that this guy has gone through, and the fact that he uses that persona to hide a lot of the painful memories, which is why he has all this like cut up memories of certain things he remembers and but don't remember, and it's interesting that they played off that. And it just, I would love to know how people who actually deal with this type of, the DID, how they're responding to this show. I would really want to see how they are feeling about this particular character, because it's a representation of them, of these people that go through this particular condition. And so I believe they're handling it with not just glossing it over. They're being sensitive to the subject. So I do appreciate Marvel doing that, and not just making it like a gloss thing and then having him. And we all want to see the superhero situation, of course. We want to see him be heroic and do his thing. But I think that they're doing it in a way that's responsible. They're really letting us understand how this actually affects somebody with this type of condition. So hats off to Marvel for doing it this way. And I'm looking forward to the next episode.
Definitely. All right. Let's go to Chase.
So, what this episode needs as a superhero is a good social worker and a therapist. There is so much trauma in this thing. I gotta admit, I was kind of shocked to find out that Steven wasn't real. Usually, it is the mild mannered character who invents the more dramatic character and not the other way around, which kudos to the writers, because they definitely pulled a fast one on this. But also I find it so those who don't know, the hippo goddess Tarawet is actually a symbol for the protection of children and family, which is funny to me considering he's an abused child who did not get protection. So now you have this whole thing going on in his mind. Is it any wonder that he's in a hospital? Because she says that this is, where the duet, the boat that they're on, people make something familiar in order to feel comfortable because they can't conceive where they are. So I just found that. And now that also led me to understand that Dr. Harrow in this thing is not real. This is all in his mind. The real person, being Mark, now has to come to grips with whom he is, everything that he's done in order to actually do what he needs to do. I'm also able, though, I don't see how they're going to put all of the rest of this stuff in 42 minutes. I mean, me personally, just listen, let him go back, get Moon Knight, give me 40 minutes of gratuitous violence, and I'll wait till next season without a problem. No problem at all. I don't even need Layla. Just give me Moon Knight. Let him go.
Hey, we all need Layla. Slow down with that one.
Because Layla like the last 3 minutes, so able you can be passionate about it, and then
Yo, listen, I was trying to get tickets for me and her in the Doctor Strange movie, but they wouldn't let in snacks. All right, they wouldn't let in snacks, so I couldn't go with her. All right, stop it. Is that's it? You're good?
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a great episode, a great topic. I like the fact that they were very intense with the moment. Even with them inferring that he was abused, I was like cringing and scared. Which in the room, I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna get a whooping.
Yep. So,
but that's it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. Before we go to Aaron, what I will say about these Disney Plus shows that I've seen is they're leaning a lot into the trauma, right? Think about WandaVision and Wanda going through her stuff. Think about watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, watching Bucky go through his stuff. Yeah. And now we're here doing this. Loki going through his acceptance of like his role to play and all that. So they're leaning very heavy in the trauma. I'm very curious to see when we don't see the show with trauma and how it resonates with people. Very curious.
I don't think you're going to see that because the one thing
I know they're leaning on it heavy.
Yeah, but listen, the one thing that I said in the beginning when Marvel started taking over was that they were very smart in making human stories. These stories about humans who happen to be in the superhero world. So we always want to see, the human pain, the human triumph, the human struggle. And they've just made it very, very real. You can take the costumes off of these people and this would still be a great movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
So adding the costume and the mythology and the gratuitous violence just, raises it to the...
I think I just wonder at some point, like for example, like Marvel tends to have a villain problem, right? Does the shows eventually have a trauma problem? You know what I mean? Like I think about stuff like that, like just to see how it goes. Because even What If, you look at those What If episodes, some of those are rough. The Doctor Strange episode, watching her die over and over, like stuff like that. Yeah. So just something to keep in mind. Aaron, last but not least, talk to us.
Yeah, I'm gonna try kind of keep it short and sweet. I don't think anybody has said anything that I can, disagree with to an extent. I do think the issue of mental health is obviously weighed heavily upon throughout the entire episode. It was great to get some backstory. I did like the joke that I want to say it was Mark made when he was in Harrow's office when he called him Ned Flanders. I cracked up at that a lot. Because I looked at him and I was like, yeah, he does look just like Ned Flanders. Like that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's a meme without context right there.
Yeah, 100%. I think we're all giving a lot of credit to Oscar Isaac and rightfully so. Like you guys said, he should win awards. I also think that that Harrow,
Ethan Hawke is amazing.
Ethan Hawke has been really great as Harrow. Honestly, he's been a really, really solid villain so far. I don't know how they're going to wrap this up in 42 minutes. I didn't realize it was 42 minutes. I thought we were at least getting a full hour.
Yeah, I mean, I hope I'm wrong about that, but everything I've read so far, it's a 42-minute episode, and I don't know how that's going to happen. But,
because I know for a fact from the previews, we already have a Harrow and Moon Knight fight scene on a roof somewhere, so that's happening.
Was that on the? I think it was on the pyramid, bro. Like I think it
might have been on the pyramid,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be. I mean, I'm going to assume that Khonshu basically heals Mark or whatever, and I'm so we'll get all that next week. But I mean,
in
obviously
Feige we trust.
Yeah. I mean, the episode was great. I can't wait to see the finale. Oscar Isaac's going to come back because Mickey Mouse is going to give him a boatload of money.
Yo, Mickey Mouse is paying that, man.
I'm not worried about that.
This is a makeup for Star Wars.
Mickey got deep pockets. So.
Mickey got deep pockets, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Florida cuts him the check. They're going to hand it right over to Oscar Isaac.
100%. Oscar Isaac literally has told interviewers that the reason why he hasn't reprised the role yet is because of the whole, like, he wants Midnight Suns and not Moon Knight with the Avengers. And I agree 100%.
I agree 1,000%.
I agree.
Build your own lane.
Right, exactly. 100%. And it seems like Marvel's already hinting at that throughout, like we've said it multiple times. Like, so it just seems like that's the direction they're going to go to satisfy Isaac, but also satify Marvel fans too. It'll be another direction,
The Werewolf by Night and also Bloodstone casting, you're going in that direction.
You're going in that direction. 100%.
I would love to see the Werewolf by Night be a movie.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing a Halloween special.
Halloween
I think,
special.
for him this year, so that'll be interesting to see. All right, well, now here comes the meat and potatoes of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
The moment you've all been waiting for.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, refill your drinks. Get ready because we're about to go to war. It's gonna get ugly.
It's gonna be a civil war.
It's gonna be a civil war. It's gonna get bad. Now remember, we're all friends here, so no matter what is said on this podcast,
not after this show.
Well, I mean, all right. So first of all, cheers to everyone, and I'm gonna try and lay out some ground rules here, and we'll try and figure this out.
Up the rules.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
fucking rules.
In case you can't read by the big blue thing on the bottom of the screen, we're about to go through our top 5 and bottom 5 MCU movies. Now, just to lay the rules of what movies we're talking about, this starts at Iron Man. This ends at No Way Home, I believe.
Yes.
So here's how we're gonna do this. Aaron has been kind enough to make this tier list, and we're gonna go one by one. Giving our top 5s and our bottom 5s. Now, I think right now, I don't necessarily think they have to be in order, guys. So I figure, just let's put them up there. I think we give our top 5, give your reasons, then give your bottom 5, give your reasons, and we go to the next person. Now, after all 6 of us are done, what we're going to do is we're going to put every movie that we put in the top 5 and the bottom 5, and we are going to try to pick 5 movies and narrow it down to what this group thinks might be the MCU's top 5 and bottom 5.
Spoiler alert, this is never gonna happen, people.
And as you can see by our reactions, we're not going to have a good time with this. It's gonna be fun, but it's not going to be fun. So I'm trying to figure out who goes first here.
I'll go first.
Okay, all right. You know what? Leo is gonna go first.
Leo's gonna go first. Okay.
Now, gentlemen, let's try and keep all of our comments to ourselves, right? So, Leo, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna give your top 5 movies, put them all in. You're gonna give your reasons for those top 5 movies, and then you're gonna move to the bottom 5 movies and give your reasons for the bottom 5 movies, and then we're gonna move to the next person. And we're gonna.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
I have a question. When we're putting top 5, bottom 5, I'm assuming it's going to go. So 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, right? That's what we're going to do.
Well, I mean, if you want to do it in order, you can. I could tell you when I go, I'm not putting mine in order. I'm just throwing them up, and I'm going to talk.
Okay.
So I think the order is going to matter when we do the group discussion.
Okay.
But if you want to put them in order, put them in order. Okay. It's to your leisure, but let us know what you're doing before you do it. I think that's fair enough to say.
Sounds good.
So, Leo, start us off.
All right. My top number 1 is Endgame. Because it's fucking Endgame.
Stick reason.
That's the fucking reason. It's Endgame. One of the best Marvel movies ever came out. Point blank, period. Fucking Infinity War. The bad guy won. Number 2. My number 3 is Civil War, because you get the first appearance of Spider-Man in the movie, and hey, somebody more better than that. Oh, Black Panther. Oh shit. And you get fucking Iron Man fighting his team against fucking Cap's team. Can't get
cursing
better.
Alert. I just want a cursing alert.
Just because. My number 4 is Black Panther. Just because it's an iconic role and he played it to the T. Nothing was done wrong in that movie. My last one is it's between 2, but I went with the Avengers because it started off the whole thing. It started off the whole group being together and actually doing the right. It just started off everything and made everybody wait and made it the anticipation for every other movie started with these movies with this movie, and also it was between something else, but I'm gonna leave it with that. I'm not gonna get into it. My bottom 5 is Iron Man 3 because my next one is Thor: The Dark World because Jesus Christ, why? My third one is Captain Marvel. My fourth is because Captain Marvel was fucking horrible. My fourth is Hulk because I hated that movie. And my last is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Because
Very, very, very interesting. Now these choices are in order from your favorite to best, and from your worst to worst, or like, well, how are we ordered here? Just out of curiosity, so everyone knows.
I hate Iron Man 2. That Iron Man 3 movie. That's actually my order.
So that's your order. So the worst movie in the MCU for you is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
No, the worst movie for me is Iron Man 3.
Oh, so it's the other way around. So okay, so was this order is completely reversed like that?
Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, Captain Marvel, Hulk, and Ant-Man as a Wasp is the last.
Okay. And then your top is 1 to 5.
Yep.
Sensational. People in the comments, please help us out. Let us know if you agree or disagree on these choices that are going to be coming from everyone. We're going to be posting all of our choices later on tonight, and we would love to hear your opinions. All right, Leo, good job. I think we're going to go to Chase next.
Ooh. Okay, so my top 5. Black
Please
Panther.
hold. I'm just gonna reset. I'm just gonna reset. Real quick. Give me a second.
Groundbreaking. I can't say enough about Chadwick Boseman, obviously, but just a big clap for creating an absolute beautiful empire in Africa, which is rarely done in any movie in cinema, and a wonderful story at that. So definitely my number 1 top movie in the story. Number 2 is Endgame, because listen, if superheroes were heroin, that would be the movie that you shoot in your arm in the story. I don't know about you, but at the very end, where the portal opens up and all the heroes came out, I teared up. I can't even lie. Like, I teared up. Like, oh my God, it's about to just go down. Like, this is what we're here for. Infinity War, number 3, because it's the first part of that. I loved where it was going. I loved the story. I couldn't wait to get to Endgame. I left the theater thinking, I can't wait to see the next part of this movie. Number 4 is going to be Doctor Strange. I just love the CGI in that movie. The absolute CGI. If you were a Doctor Strange fan like I used to be back when I was a kid, man, like I ate all this stuff up. So to see him on screen, see all that CGI mixed with the mysticism and all of that was absolutely like everything for me. Captain America: Civil War. Again, just chock full of heroes. And what's better than heroes going against heroes in a fight? Like, absolutely just groundbreaking. I loved it. And number 5 is going to be No Way Home, because 3 Spider-Mans in one movie is more than any kid or fan should ever get in a lifetime.
Wait, you got 6.
You already have 5.
So that's my top 5.
Wait, that's your top
now
6.
My bottom 5.
Wait. You're at 6.
Hulk 2008.
Yo, time out.
You have 5 up there right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you not hearing me?
No, are you not hearing me?
No. You have 5 up there now.
What just happened?
You have 5 up there right now, bro.
Maybe I misheard Infinity War?
No.
He said Infinity War.
He said that.
So can Chase not hear us right now? Is that what we're doing?
Hello.
Oh, this
We-
is some,
Can you hear me now?
some
Can you hear
technical
me?
shit.
We can
We can hear
We
you.
hear you.
Hear you.
Oh no.
Oh no! Already.
Can
Can
you
you
hear
hear us?
me?
Okay.
In case everyone's wondering, we're talking in a private chat right now, and now he's disconnected. So because he's disconnected, I guess we're just gonna clear this out and go to the next person, and we'll just figure out Mr. Chase in a
We'll
little
run him
bit.
back. We'll run him back.
I think I'm gonna go next because I do have a couple of different choices. So let's make it interesting. I'm gonna try and put my top 5 in order from 1 to 5. So I'm gonna put it up, and then so I guess first is Endgame. Second,
We might have Chase back.
oh, do we have? Okay,
Chase,
Chase,
can
can you hear us?
I can hear you now. I don't know.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, great. So here's where we were at. You had Black Panther, Endgame, Infinity War, Doctor Strange, and Civil War, which is 5. And then you gave us a 6th one, which threw us all completely off.
Oh, I can't count, so don't worry about it. Let's take
So wait, what are you?
I
So
thought you
let's
like the guy from Sesame Street, count the count. I thought that was your favorite Sesame Street character when we were growing up, bro.
That's a brotherly rival going on. It's a brotherly rival. So just to make it clear, do we have the order right? So you said Black Panther, you said Endgame, Infinity War, Doctor Strange, and Civil War.
Yep. So let's scratch your Civil War and put No Way Home in there.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
No Way Home.
No way home, because there's no way home.
Top
God, oh Jesus Christ, help me!
Hey, keep your comments to yourself. It is not the time for that, sir.
I love it.
Did anyone
I love
shit
it.
on your comments? Your comments? No. So you
I'm not
stop.
shitting on nobody yet.
You don't say that.
I'm drinking.
Give us
All
some
right.
time.
All right, Chase. Where are we at with the bottom 5?
Okay. Bottom 5. Let's count them first. So I'll make sure I got 5 and whatnot. Okay, yeah, I got 5.
All right, carry the 2, divide by 3. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, exponential square root of
Fisher, I don't like that comment, by the way.
What did he say?
John Fisher says that you like him better than me, and I don't appreciate it. It's very rude.
So, the worst movie, Hulk 2008. There's nothing even say about the movie. It just does not do the Hulk, one of the most prominent characters in Marvel, any type of justice. It just was disgusting. So, the worst movie ever made. Iron Man number 3, because I just didn't understand why the movie was even needed. Like, what was the point? It's just, I don't know. It's just terrible. Ant-Man, because the whole movie to me was kind of a joke, and I was just like, okay, well, we'll let it go. Origin story, maybe, fine. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp, because the only thing worse than doing a dumbass movie is doing it twice. And then finally, number 5 is Eternals.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ow.
Wow.
Ow. Okay.
So
let him have it.
let me say this. I have a lot of faith that Eternals will redeem itself. But in terms of what we've seen from these other movies, Eternals very much lacking. It's a very complicated story to tell. I don't think that they did a great job. There's some good spots that are going to happen, but right now it's the worst in terms of superhero performance, in terms of all the things that we love about, Marvel movies. There's nothing here. There's nothing there. So yeah, Eternals.
And I just want to make sure that this is your order. So Hulk would be last to
No.
Eternal. No.
Hulk
Hulk be first.
From the worst movie to the least worst movie. Okay. So the Hulk will be the worst movie.
The Hulk would be the worst movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he had you had the order right, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I did.
So that makes sense.
right there, just like that, because this would be worse.
Yeah, the Hulk is the worst movie. Then Iron Man 3, then Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then the Eternals.
Okay. I'm just give me a second. I'm taking a screenshot.
I love it. Now, like I said, people, if you feel the way we feel in the comments, throw it in there. Let us know how you feel about these choices. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you want to kill us for making these choices? Do you even watch the MCU? Do you like Sony? If you like Sony, get the fuck out of here. I don't know why you're here. But good luck with Bad Bunny. Those are the things I have to tell you if you like
Bad
Sony.
Bunny, ba 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 ba.
Bad Bunny, ba ba ba
ba. Oh man.
All right, I guess I'll go
great.
next. So I'm just gonna throw all my movies up, explain why, and then order them after. I'll start with the top 5. So, we're gonna go Endgame. We're going to go Infinity War. We're going to go Winter Soldier. We're going to go No Way Home, and we are going to go the original Iron Man. Now,
wow,
obviously, the first 2 movies speak for itself, and I've had a hard time deciding whether or not I want to make Endgame or Infinity War number 1. And just to be controversial, I'm actually going to put Infinity War in front of Endgame, and here's why. All of these MCU movies, while I love the majority of them, they're cookie cutter. You kind of know what to expect. You know what's going to happen. The villain's going to be defeated. This person's not going to die. There's going to be some type of stupid whatever it is, right? I remember, and Wendell and Leo, we went to go. We went to go see the movie together, and like we didn't know what was going to happen, right? But that motherfucker snapped, and I said he was going to snap. I said it, and like no one thought it, but he snapped, and and listen, realistically, you knew part 2 was coming out. You knew that they were going to find a way to. Oh shit, that's a hot take. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
True, Homecoming did suck.
We're going to talk about that in a minute, but I just
walloping web snappers.
While I loved Endgame, it was fan servicey. I loved every second of the fan service. The Avengers Assemble, the Captain America picking up Mjolnir, but like a movie as a whole, like the experience of Infinity War like was just crazy. It just was whatever. So now the rest of the movie as a whole, like someone have my volume on or whatever it is. So the next 3, so Winter Soldier, No Way Home, and Iron Man. The way I have it ordered here is Winter Soldier is 3rd. No one expected this movie to be as incredible as it was. The twist on SHIELD and Hydra, to this day, didn't see it coming. I don't think anyone did. And the way they presented it, introducing Bucky, it was just insane. It's all I can say about it. It's a political thriller. It's whatever you want to call it. It's pure MCU. It just is. And I'm gonna say no. As much as I want to put Iron Man in front of No Way Home, believe it or not, I'm gonna put No Way Home there, and here's why. No Way Home sets up the next 10 years in the MCU just because of the multiverse. As the way some bitches, the way Loki introduced variants and He Who Remains, who's going to be Kang. This is what we're going to. We're going to Secret Wars Battle World. We're going to variants. We're going to see Doctor Strange next week, and we're all going to explode in our pants. And it just is what it is. And this is the first on-screen adaptation of seeing other universes being pulled into the MCU and the fact that they can do it. And it just works. And Leo, keep your comments to yourself. I didn't say shit when you were talking. And now let's talk about the original Iron Man. If it was not for this movie, for Kevin Feige, for Jon Favreau, for Robert Downey Jr., we would not even be sitting on this podcast right now. And I feel like we would be disrespecting the MCU if we didn't put this in the top 5. And let's really think about this too. The post-credit culture was made off of this movie introducing Nick Fury, Avengers Initiative. Like, you didn't even know what a post-credit scene was until this movie came out, and you said, "What? I left the movie and didn't see this? Wait, what? I need to go figure out what this is." I mean, Bridges is the freaking, as Ironmonger was amazing. Poor Terrence Howard, you fucking idiot. Like, you should have just. I don't know if he's an idiot or he's not, but you know, I still like Don Cheadle as Iron Man, whatever. But this was the start of the MCU. It's a beautiful chef kiss, and I would be disrespecting the MCU if I didn't put it in the top 5, at least in my opinion. Okay, let's go to the bottom 5. So I'm just gonna put the movies up and I'll put them in order after. So obviously Thor: The Dark World, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Iron Man 3, and I think I'm gonna have an unpopular take right now. Black Widow. Yeah, I'm gonna have a very unpopular take with that one. So I'm gonna start from best worst movie to worst movie, and I'm gonna start with Black Widow. I was really looking at a lot of these MCU movies, and I thought about where is the connective tissue with all of these? Like I went movie to movie, and I tried to put Black Widow against those movies, and like, I just don't see the use for this movie. I just don't. I hated Taskmaster. The only thing this movie really gave me is Scarlett Johansson. Thank you. Love you. And Yelena. Those are the two things. Those are the only two things. And Guardian. Aside from the family dynamic, I didn't really care to know what happened in between Civil War and Endgame during this time with them. I just didn't. Like, you could have made this a Disney Plus show. I don't care. And listen, The Eternals wasn't a great movie and it was really long, but you know what? I got to see Celestials. I got to see that whole story. We got Whitman. Like, I feel like there's an argument to be made there. So, you know, Black Widow just didn't do it for me. The next movie, I guess, would be Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was just weak. I liked the humor in the original Ant-Man. Loved some of the sub characters. Like, the villain was whatever. Ghost was whatever. Like, she could have been better, but I didn't mind her. Like, you know, throwing a Thunderbolts team later on, whatever it is. Next for me is Captain Marvel. I mean, it goes without saying. You know, scratch Nick Fury's eye out with a cat. Great. So and I'm gonna keep it at where we're at. Iron Man 3. The original Ralph Boner, I've said this before, is being Aldrich Killian or Trevor Slattery, depending on how you want to look at it. I hated that twist. It was the worst twist ever. I wanted the Mandarin then and now, and I was so disappointed in this movie. Like, I don't care how many Iron Man suits you throw at me. You could throw me 100 Iron Man suits. That twist was terrible, and it just ruined. It took me out of the movie and ruined it. The same way when Batman put that bat suit out and freaking like flew down and like freaking crashed all over the place. When I saw Trevor Slattery, it killed it for me, and I hated every second of it. Thor: The Dark World. Go F yourself, like, in every single way possible. Yep. Just an awful movie. And this is my list, and that's all I have to say about that. We're gonna get into a fight, and that's fine. I understand it, but I stick by my list. All right, let's go. I want to go to Wendell.
Oh, well, let's see what we got here. I'll give you a minute, man, in the chair.
Enjoy your drinks. As I've been saying, guys, if you're in the comments, please let us know what you think. 2-minute warning. I don't know about that Spider-Man comment, but we're going to talk about that.
This movie's not good. I'm just saying. It's not.
Yeah, he's not lying too hard.
It's not. The movie's not good.
Yeah, it really is not.
I would say Far From Home's worse, but we're going to talk about that.
Also not good.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Anyway, go ahead.
Amazing. Yeah, not too much of it. Listen, Iron Man is there for me. All right, I agree. Yeah, that's my guy. He started it. I wouldn't, he personified Tony Stark in such a manner that I was like, get the hell out of here. And then the world said there can never be another Tony Stark outside of him. Tom Cruise, I hope you're listening.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise gonna be in Tom Cruise.
After that, it's gonna be Infinity War. Infinity War meant this was like the beginning of the end. Like we waited 10 years to see this purple monster do the things he did. That opening scene on that ship, how he manhandled the Hulk, how he snapped my boy's neck.
No resurrections this time.
Everybody was like, oh! And then at the end, he popped that finger. Not a soul had a dry eye, man. I ain't go front. My man got me, little Tommy Holland.
Oh, yeah.
He got me hard. He got me hard. Got me right up in here. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go. What?
Mr. Stark.
Mr. Stark. Oh, my God.
Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Wow. I'm getting teary. I think about that right now. Hold on.
Yep.
Oh, man. But then, of course, bad guy did win. I love it. So, Black Panther is next.
Ooh. I call BS on how he did Hulk. Ooh.
Yo. I kind of agree.
Ooh.
Damn. At it again.
Right. Black Panther's up here outside of the Chadwick Boseman, outside of Wakanda, outside of the incredible job they did with it. That is the best MCU movie that has absolutely nothing to do with the MCU.
True.
They had no link to the MCU outside the fact that Black Panther was in another movie before.
Mm-hmm.
That movie stood alone and it held its ground and it kicked ass. I love that because I enjoyed watching that movie as many times as I watched it, and all I got was Bucky in the end. Right? Just I got a white wolf. That's cool. But that whole story, all of those characters, they all exist, and I love the fact that they did that. Right? So that he'll be up there for 3. Endgame will be number 4. Because this was the end of what we waited for. I didn't like to see a character like Thanos disappear like that because, he is inevitable. But of course, that leads back to Marvel's problem. They just can't, keep their villains around. They can't figure out how to get rid of a villain that's not killing them. Because I think that there's a lot more stories that Thanos can tell. But nonetheless, everybody came together. My favorite part was when that little shooting star just came out the sky and took out a whole entire ship. I loved it. Did you, Aaron?
I know it was Aaron's favorite part.
I know. It like completely creamed in his pants, didn't he?
No, but I mean, like, listen, I dug the fact that, just like in the first Avengers, it was Tony, Thor, and freaking Cap going up and squaring off with this dude. Right? These dudes started out fighting each other when they went to go recruit. What's his face? Recruit Thor. Was it they going to go chase Thor? Yeah, they went to go chase Thor. He got Loki. And these guys went off. And it was those 3 using the same moves. The hammer on the shield. Like, it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. So that was great. And, whoa, wait a minute. Where'd that Avengers come from, man?
Oh, I thought that's what you said. My fault.
No, I'm still talking about Endgame, man.
My bad. My fault.
Oh, well, last one now for me is going to be Thor Ragnarok.
Ooh.
What a list. What a list here. I like this.
Some love for Thor. I do love this movie.
I say Thor Ragnarok because this is like probably the greatest redemption story ever.
100%.
Right? Now, I expected other movies to be good. I was scared when Thor Ragnarok came out because I was like, Dark World sucked so hard. The comedy that we brought into that movie got me. The story, okay, yeah, maybe. But it did redeem his character. It put him in a whole different space. Like, he stopped being that, super old Norsey god that he was when he first showed up. And now he was kind of cooler and a little bit more modern. And I was like, I can dig this Thor. This is I could dig this kind of Thor. He's good. And he cut his hair off, and he got the was it Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker. There you go. You got it.
I mean, like, look, that was a good movie for me. I mean, listen, there was other great movies that of course, Captain America and all that. So there's some real great movies. I think this is a great redemption movie for this character. I love the fact that they brought him back. Now, let's go down to the bottom. And these are all in no particular order. I just hate them all. Okay. Iron Man 3. Wow. Nobody wants a depressed Tony Stark.
Or Aldrich Killian.
I don't want that. I don't want to see Tony Stark in that manner. That doesn't make me feel good. All right, and yeah, Aldrich Killian, he was a waste of my time. Yeah, whatever. I was good with that. All right. Let it be. And the little kid, what's his name? Harley, whatever. Waste of time. He had a slingshot. Big deal. And then he gets a whole freaking garage full of great stuff. Like, screw you, man. That's dumb. Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say about that.
What he said.
Like, nothing.
Exactly
None of it.
None of it.
All right? It's just none of it. Ant-Man and Wasp.
Oh, wow.
Ant-Man and Wasp is there just because, well, outside of the fact that, the end credit scene was worth it for the setup of Infinity War, Endgame, the rest of the movie wasted my time. The jokes were bad. I mean, the one dude was good. He was always funny, but that's about it. The rest of it just sucked for me. I was like, okay, good. I think I might have fell asleep in that movie. I'm not sure. But I think I did. Thor: The Dark World. Oh, what can I say? I'm done. I'm good with them. I don't want to talk about Thor: The Dark World. He's just on my list. I'm not going to do it.
It's funny you say that because no one wants to talk about Thor.
Nobody wants to talk about it. And yes, from it was coming in 2-minute warning. You're close, but no. Spider-Man: Far From Home goes down there. As great as much as I love seeing Tom Holland in the role, I think they could have done a better second movie for him with a better storyline. So shame on you, MCU. The little twist in the end was okay, it's great, but I mean, like you brought too much stuff into one movie, man. You gave me Mysterio, you had Skrulls, you had like come on, Molten Man, but you're not calling them that, but you brought me all of these elemental, like that's just too much. That was too much. And then you're gonna tell me they were all fake. Like, come on, really? Built me up for no reason.
Oh no, it's okay. But Earth 616, right? Earth 616. They did that to us.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. And that's it. That's where I sit. I hate all 5 of those movies equally in the same. No one I hate more than the other.
Wow.
Okay. What I have to say so far is that I think all of us have like such a good handle on the MCU, and like there aren't many things I haven't disagreed with so far. Like I think we all have like really good reasonings for why we put things in places, and that's what I love about us. I'm serious. We really do. Like we have great reasons why we do what we're doing. So, like I said, guys, in the comments, please like comment on these lists. Like, let us know like how you feel. Aside from Spider-Man: No Way Home sucking, it didn't suck, and whatever. But all right,
no. He said Homecoming.
Homecoming. I'm sorry, I said Homecoming. Didn't I say Homecoming? I'm sorry.
He said No Way Home.
Oh shoot, I'm okay. So we are going to go to Aaron next.
Oh,
the man in the chair.
All right. Here we go. I'm gonna put them up. I'm gonna try to do 5 through 1 and then 1 through 5, top to bottom. All right. So I'm going to start with my number 5 of my top 5, and it's going to be, after some thought and consideration, it is Spider-Man: No Way Home.
I'm sorry, is that your number 1?
5.
Oh, 5.
I'm starting 5 to 1.
Okay.
Yeah, gotcha.
You'll see. So Spider-Man: No Way Home is my 5. The reason why is because this was all the nostalgia that all of us wanted, because Sony fucked us. Literally with every Spider-Man movie they did.
Fucked us.
They brought
right
they brought back all the old villains. They brought us 3 Spider-Men. We got a fucking meme that was golden. We got Ned opening portals. We got Andrew Garfield catching freaking I wanted to cry in the theater. I was like, he got me in my feelings. You know, this movie, and not for nothing, this movie is also to me. This movie is also kind of a rebirth for Tom Holland as well, because now we're going to get to see a new dynamic of him moving forward that I hope the MCU gets to take.
Hopefully, if Sony
and not
fucking
Sony.
Stop touching my shit, Sony.
Yeah, stop. Just stop. Okay, I'm going to jump over to number 4. Number 4 for me is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I love this movie. I love everything about this movie. I still watch it when it's on TV these days. I don't care about the commercials. I love the movie. I think Marvel, for me, and you guys would, if you really know me, you know that Marvel is about moments for me. And the moments in this movie of some of the most underrated fight scenes, including the bridge scene, where we finally get our first look at Falcon in the Falcon suit for the first time in that movie. A little bit of trickery from Black Widow to mess with Winter Soldier.
Yep.
And we finally get to see Cap shown that it's actually Bucky under the mask the entire time.
The hand-to-hand combat.
Hand-to-hand combat in that scene was fantastic. And not for nothing, this was the first time that somebody caught Captain America's shield. Yep. Bucky turned around on that rooftop and caught that shield and threw it back at my man like it was a piece of tin. And I was like, "Oh shit, he's not fucking around."
He said she didn't have no nipples.
Yeah, this movie, and also the other thing about this movie, the other thing about this movie that's so good is that this was one of the times that even though Winter Soldier was the bad guy didn't die in the movie. Instead, we got to see the friendship dynamic come in, and Cap at the end to be like, "I'm with you to the end," and then they just fall in the river, and he pulls him out, and now we have the Bucky and Steve that we know now, or knew now. Obviously, the MCU's changed up a little bit, but and now that's the first time we haven't seen a villain, I believe, actually die in a movie. I think, if my recollection is correct. I could be wrong, but
main antagonist, yes.
So. To me, this movie was, and also just the dynamic with Hydra and all that. Oh, one more thing about this movie: the elevator scene was fantastic.
Love it.
The elevator scene was fantastic. When he said, "Before we start, does anybody want to get out?" I was like, "Oh shit!"
I promise you, I would have hit doors open.
Oh, yeah. Emergency stop right now.
Excuse me, sir. Let me out. Excuse me, sir.
No problem. All right, good.
All right, I'm gonna jump to number 3. Number 3 for me is Black Panther. We said a lot about this movie. I love Michael B. Jordan. Doesn't get enough credit as Killmonger. One of the best villains in the MCU to date. 100%. Don't care what anybody says about it. Black Panther to me was about a lot of things. There was a lot of, obviously roots tied to Wakanda, Africa, the story of how, T'Challa actually finds out, stuff about his dad that he didn't know before. There's a lot of depth in this movie, and obviously the passing of Chadwick Boseman was tragic. Gone way too soon. I didn't want to bring that as a reason for the movie to be this high, because it's not, and it's its own great movie in and of itself. And I think, to me, again, I also really didn't want to take it here, but I feel like I have to. This to me was also, if in the like, it made me feel like Black people can be superheroes. Does that make sense? Am I wrong in saying that?
No,
like,
listen,
nope.
Speaking as I'm going to be real honest right now. Speaking as a non-Black person, this was a cultural moment.
It's a cultural icon.
It was a beautiful Like it really was.
This movie is a cultural icon. Like it was and everything about it just worked from start to finish. The use of Claw, Shuri, I'm sorry, what are the shot of what are the chicks, the women with spears? What are they called?
Oh, the Dora Milaje.
The Dora Milaje. They're fantastic. Like everything about this movie just works.
Yeah.
And it was so well done, and I can't wait for Black Panther 2 to come out this year. I can't wait.
Yeah. So let me just say something as an African American. Let me just say, one of the reasons that this thing was so popular, especially among the African American community, was because we've always had that cutoff separation point. A lot of movies that contain African Americans always start in this country at slavery, as if there was nothing before then. African American crowds started to really like revere the fact that they were missing pieces. Like there were people that really running around and didn't understand that this was a comic, that Wakanda wasn't a real place. Right. People like looking, to get airplane tickets to go to this place. But I think that it just showed that there was just a loss, that people understood that they were missing a piece of their culture. And that's why it was my number one, because it was just like, if this movie moved you, period.
For sure. It definitely moved. And like you said, I mean, just a depiction, even we've seen in more modern day, where it's like thugs or street gangs or this, that, you know what I mean? Like this was the first time we really saw, the Black community in a positive light and as a superhero. And it was just so dope to me, honestly. That's just where I was going. I didn't want to like really bring it to that, but I think it's important to mention, you know what I mean? Like, I just think it's really, really cool. I'll jump to 2, and I'm gonna go Endgame. It was really close for me between my 1 and 2. And the last 45 minutes of Endgame, or 50 minutes of Endgame, is cinematic gold. It just is. That whole fight scene, I watch that fight scene once a week. I tell these guys, I watch the last battle once a week at minimum.
I do the same.
I just because of all the, like, I mean, listen, we on your left, we got on your left. All the portals opening. Yeah. We got Avengers Assemble. We got Cap lifting Mjolnir. We got. I mean, I can't even express all the the emotions that went through me during this movie.
None of us have mentioned I Am Iron Man snap.
Right, and even I was going to say it culminates with I Am Iron Man and snapping. Unfortunately, we lost Tony Stark, but these are this is the greatest sacrifice. Tony Stark gave it. Endgame is especially the last 50 minutes. I'm not going to rag on the movie about anything, because I know somebody here already mentioned Captain Marvel. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not doing it because I'm not going to rag on the movie. No, I'm not. It's coming later. Trust me. I promise.
It's all right. We need an assist.
Excuse me. And first is Avengers: Infinity War.
I love this.
And Infinity War for me is, listen, ultimately at the end of the day, I'm going to start with this. Again, Marvel is about moments for me. And moments in this movie that really got me: Hulk got beat up on the ship to start the movie. Loki got his windpipe crushed. With 5 minutes in the movie, we were like, what the hell is even this? Like and then on top of that, I'm going to say this. The fight scenes in Wakanda, great, all that. We saw a lot of stuff throughout the movie. When Thor showed up with the axe and dropped down and said, "Bring me Thanos," I lost it. I lost my fucking mind.
No, we
I was like, there is no way that this just happened. And then the axe is whipping around, and it's just taking people's head. I'm like, this is crazy. I can't even.
I see you've copied my beard.
I mean, obviously, Thor should have went for the head, but that's neither here nor there. And ultimately, let me also just say this: it's the first time a bad guy won. A bad guy won in a movie. He snapped his fingers, and he eliminated half of life in the universe. The bad guy won. To me, that's why it's number one. I mean,
then he retired.
We can debate it.
Yeah, he went.
Then he went to.
He went and retired.
Say what you want, but that grin at the end. Thanos.
Oh, for sure. All right. My bottom five. Let me crack my knuckles.
Oh, there we go.
Cool.
All right.
Here we go.
Now, it's not even going to be anything that controversial. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to start with, so now you're going to see me. I'm going to go from least to worst, right? Here we go. Ant-Man. This movie is dog shit. It is. The only good parts about this movie to me were the side character in the movie, Lewis, was funny, and the fact that we got a Falcon mini fight scene in the movie. Outside of that, Yellow Jacket was fucking terrible. Literally one of the worst villains ever, with no real purpose of being a villain outside of I don't like Ant-Man. The movie just, to me, outside, and I like Paul Rudd. It's unfortunate this movie didn't do better in my eyes, because I think it could have been way better. I also know there were some director issues with this movie somewhere, like midway through. So I think that maybe that played a part in it. And Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's debatable. Either one of those movies could really go there. But I just chose Ant-Man just because I saw this movie like once, and I'll never watch it again, to be honest with you. And I have hopes for Quantumania because there's ties to Kang, but I don't know at this point, because neither Ant-Man movie has been good. So I don't know if I could trust it at this point. I'm going to go with Iron Man 3. I went back and forth between Iron Man 2 and 3, but I couldn't do my boy Rhodey dirty like that. So I went with Iron Man 3. This movie has the dumbest fucking plot twist ever. Literally one of the dumbest plot twists in the history of movies anywhere. Oh god, I don't even want to get into it because I know we've already spoken about it.
But we're gonna get into it. Don't worry.
But to me, another couple key points I wrote down were the tone, like lack of Tony Stark in the actual Iron Man suit in this movie. I get that it was more of like maybe an origin story for Tony Stark himself, but I just didn't need it. You know what I mean? Like I knew who Tony Stark was. I didn't need it. And the fact that Tony Stark brought up the fact that he has anxiety, again, like didn't need it. Don't care. Didn't play a factor down the road. Don't
I agree. Like, just wear the suit, damn it. We don't
just wear the suit. We literally don't care.
What are you?
The Mandarin twist is really so dumb. What's his name, Abel? You said his name before.
Trevor fucking Slattery.
Yeah, that like another horrible villain. I didn't grasp the concept. I will
say this. He was redeemed in Shang-Chi because that shit was funny.
True,
but
right, I agree.
Fuck him. Wait, hold on. Yeah, this PTSD. Every time I think of this movie, I get Trevor Slattery or I get Aldrich Killian. Right. There is no in between. There is no Ralph Boner. It's one of those.
We got the 2-minute warning with a little Thanos was right. All right. So three on this list of bottom. Where the Hulk. There's really not much to say. This movie just didn't belong in the MCU. Edward Norton was out after this movie. The movie was terrible. Do you realize the only leftover thing that we got from this movie is Abomination in Shang-Chi?
And Wong, yeah.
And Wong. And Thunderbolt. You're right. Yeah. That's true. I mean, this movie just didn't have a place in the MCU. It didn't make sense. The tone, it didn't meet the tone of the MCU, if that makes sense to me. Like, it's not memorable at all. Oh, number 4. The boys have been waiting for me to get to this one. Captain Marvel.
Well, the fact that that's not number 5 actually kind of shocks me. But I know number 5 is.
Just let me do it, please. I hate this fucking movie. I hate it. I hate everything about this movie.
Well, literally. Aaron, what do you really hate about this movie?
This is the worst origin story the MCU has ever done. Captain Marvel was thrown at us literally so they could put her in Endgame to break a ship and carry a glove. I hate the way they did this. It could have been done so much better. I'm not going to knock Captain Marvel as a character because she's really cool, but I just didn't like the way it was done. If Captain Marvel is so strong, why could You're Wrong beat the crap out of her in the movie? What sense does that make in any aspect? Why were the Kree able to fight her? Like why?
Well, Aaron, she didn't.
Why?
She didn't.
Why?
She didn't know her power,
I-
and she was trying to acknowledge.
You're
her power.
made of your power is from an infinity stone.
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
Right, but she didn't know that because her memory was wiped.
Just
Okay.
get to the gratuitous violence.
I wasn't ready.
And Talos had to tell her about herself. Okay.
Do you really want to know what I think Captain Marvel suffers from? Captain Marvel suffers from Superman syndrome. That's what I'm going to go with this movie. Captain Marvel is too powerful for her own good. No origin story was going to be done right for her because her strength derives from a fucking Infinity Stone. She is entirely too strong for anybody that we had in the MCU except Thanos with a full glove of stones. That was it. And outside of that, she still got him down to a knee and almost punched him in the face before he used the stone to punch her back. I mean, Captain Marvel is just such, and honestly, I don't even care that I'm going to say this on the podcast. I don't like Brie Larson. That's just, I'll put it out there. I don't.
But Aaron, did you see her? Did you see her haircut in Endgame? I thought it was a very good haircut.
Cool. So now you look more like Thor. That's cool.
Well, they switched haircuts. I don't know if you saw the meme.
It was wonderful. Everything about this movie is trash. It's the worst origin story ever. Captain Marvel should have never been mostly set the way it was on Earth. The only really cool thing that came out of this movie was the Skrulls, because I feel like they're going to play a big part moving forward, obviously. And outside of that, I just hated that Marvel forced her down our throats before Endgame. I hated it. I hated every minute of it. That's just where I'm at. And if it wasn't if it wasn't for this movie, Captain Marvel would be last on my list. And I know that that's controversial. But Thor: The Dark World is such a steaming pile of dog shit. I hate this movie. This movie is fucking terrible. Thor was the worst part of the movie, aside from Natalie Portman. Loki was better than Thor in the movie. I mean, there's nothing else to say. And the Dark Elves, oh my God. What Malekith was the worst fucking villain ever.
Let's be honest. I hate to say this, but the Doctor Strange villain that what's his face played was really a bad villain.
Okay, yeah, that's a bad
Malekith was worse,
bro.
I will say that
that's a bad villain too. But at least that movie, Doctor Strange, had really cool CGI in it.
Wait, hold on. So he was worse than the Ant-Man?
Nope, we're not doing this yet.
Wait, gotta stop. Wait, then who? Yellow Jacket? Is that what you're saying? Then Yellow Jacket? No, I said Yellow Jacket was dog shit. Malekith is fucking horrible. I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, we're gonna have conversations.
He's the most robotic villain ever, who somehow is trying to control the power of a fucking Infinity Stone to make the world dark again. What a dumb plot choice for a movie, especially a Thor movie. Like, horrible. And to Wendell's point earlier, they're so lucky that Ragnarok came out because it redeemed my fucking boy Thor in the best way possible. Because if this is how we left off Thor, it was going to be horrible the rest of the way for him. And Ragnarok is full redemption, and I cannot wait for Love and Thunder. Can't wait.
Hello.
That's my list. That's where I'm at.
I'll have another.
All right, let's screenshot this. Good list. Guys, we're doing our thing right now, but honestly, we're about to get to probably what's going to be my favorite part of the night, because let me tell you something about Charles. Charles is seriously one of the nicest guys, and like, he doesn't want to shit on comic book anything. He loves comic book everything. And somehow we have to convince this poor man to make a top 5 and a bottom 5. And I feel like it's going to be a little different than we have picked tonight. I'm very excited about it. So, Charles.
Take it away, man.
Wow.
Last but not least, Charles, I'm very excited about your list.
Wow.
Hit us with it. Let's talk.
Okay. So, yes, gentlemen and ladies, this was very difficult for me, I will say, but I had to make a decision. I had to make a choice, and here it goes. So I'm going to go from my top to the bottom of the top 5. So my very, very top film was Endgame. And the reason why Endgame was so high on my list was just because it reminded me of back in the day, when you didn't really have much in the cupboards, and You just kind of threw food together, in a pot, and it turned out amazing. That meal, that's what I felt like with this movie. It was just thrown together. I think Infinity War was structured a lot better than this movie, but I just felt like the results of what we got was, like you guys said, cinematic gold. I've never seen, and I don't know if you guys, can contest to this. I've never seen a crowd scream and shout
Agreed.
like they did in this movie.
Agreed.
I've never seen it. And so many in the beginning, when Thor chops off Thanos' head, at the end, when they all come together and they, and just this, the really great moments, like even the throwback with Thor going to see his mom after he suffered from, losing, his family, his people, and Asgard. Asgard is a people, right? It's not a place, but he lost so much, and how he got big, and that whole conversation between Frigga and him. I just thought that there was some really small cool moments in Endgame, and then there was some really big incredible moments in Endgame. And like you guys said, with that whole end sequence with the portal, just to see that, on the left, and Cap, tightens up his shield at Thanos, like, I'm not gonna lay down, you have to kill me, and they just on your left, and Black Panther, it's just still to this day, it just really gets me. So that was
Chills.
definitely my top.
Can I
Marvel
just
film.
can I just say this
Mhm.
comment? I bought a Nissan because of Brie. I hate it here. I literally hate it here. I
think
hate
you're
it
getting
here.
the troll, man. You're getting trolled.
Facts are facts.
You're getting trolled.
Facts
This is your
are
first troll right
facts.
here.
Brie Larson is better in Nissan commercials than she is in Captain Marvel. Just saying.
Yo, leave 2-minute warning alone, man.
Woo, that is
Two
crazy.
2-minute warning is lucky.
That's my guy right there.
Man. So this next one, it was a toss-up between 2 and 3, but I had to go with Black Panther next.
I love it.
And just like what you guys said, it was just a cultural phenomenon. It added so much what we needed to see in regards to a superhero of color. And Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, brother. I mean, you just killed it. You did an amazing job. All the characters, seeing the whole fractions of what Wakanda has, seeing all the the different type of tribes, and Mbaku and Shuri, and all the different characters that they put to they introduced to, that just we just love. We fell in love with them, on screen. And Killmonger, I agree. I mean, one of the most fascinating villains ever. You kind of understood his gripe, you understood his pain, feeling abandoned by his own people, and what he had to go through, and how he felt. You kind of understood, kind of like a Magneto to me.
Mhm. Yep.
But really amazing. Ryan Coogler, great job, and I'm looking forward to Black Panther 2 as well. My next would be Civil War, Captain America: Civil War.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, Captain America: Winter Soldier. I'm sorry, Winter
Oh,
Soldier.
Winter
I'm sorry,
Soldier.
Winter Soldier. So just like you guys
I
mentioned,
saw Leo's face get really excited, and then but anyway, I'm sorry. Continue, Charles.
It was a toss-up.
Soldier.
It was a toss-up. I mean, Civil War was very, 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 very close, because I love Baron Zemo, and I love that
True.
whole conflict between the two superhero community. But Civil War kind of set the tone for what we got. It was the first time we got the Russo brothers, and those guys did Infinity War, those guys did Endgame, those guys did Civil War. They did, we it was like, and it was like a spy thriller. We didn't understand how badass Captain America was, and then we finally got a chance to see what he is capable of. And even though in the first Avenger, which I did enjoy that movie as well, he knew who his team was, he knew who his who he was working with. In this movie of spies and stuff, people double crossing him, people he not really sure who to trust. Captain America was not, he was still on his square. He didn't change, he didn't compromise. So I just love this movie. Black Widow, Nick Fury's death sequence, and then
Mhm.
him coming back at the end, I was like, So yeah, and him saying, I agree with you, Facebook user, him saying Avengers Assemble, definitely. in game.
Johnny Fisher.
Yeah, definitely. Just for him to finally say it. But yes, Winter Soldier, it basically rocked the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so hats off to that movie. My next one, this is gonna be controversial, guys.
If you say Black
for
Widow
it.
right now, we're gonna.
This is gonna be controversial.
If
I
you
know
say
it
Black
is.
Widow right now, we're gonna have such a problem.
Say
Go
Captain
ahead.
Marvel. Please
No.
say Captain Marvel.
If you say Captain Marvel, the man in the chair is
No.
out.
He's going to say Black Widow. Charles, say it.
All right, so my next favorite movie is Incredible Hulk.
Whoa!
Wow.
I am.
Oh wait, honestly, Charles,
Listen.
talk to me because I don't feel like Incredible Hulk belongs at the very bottom of the MCU.
I don't feel
Go
like
ahead.
it either. I feel it's very underrated. And the amazing thing is that when I went to one of the New York Comic Cons, I met the director, Louis Leterrier. He did the Transporter movies. So we had a conversation about the Incredible Hulk. And let me tell you, this movie, I am a Hulk fan. I've been a fan since the Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno TV show. And I just felt like this movie was it. Obviously, Marvel doesn't have the Hulk, so they had to split the the rights with split the
Universal.
profits with Universal.
Yep.
And they just came off of that Hulk movie from 2003
Eric
with
Bana,
you know what I
oh
mean.
my God.
So they had a lot against this film. But I think Edward Norton wanted to kind of put a lot more deeper meaning to this movie.
They wouldn't
A
let him,
lot
that's why he
more.
left.
But
Yeah.
Marvel was very nervous because Marvel didn't have Disney at that point. You know what I mean? So it was a lot for them to take a gamble on doing a remake of a film that was so close to the last movie that didn't do well. So I just felt like this movie, I mean, hats off to William Hurt. Rest in peace to that dude. He played the heck out of General Ross. The fight sequence at the end with the Abomination.
Dope.
Bro,
I like that fight
when the
scene. I
Hulk
do.
took the police car and made boxing gloves out of
Gloves
it,
out of
I
him.
was
Come on,
like,
man.
knuckle up. And then
That
he
was
said
dope.
he did the Hulk slap. He did the Hulk smash. I was like,
Yo, Johnny
Joe,
Fisher says, "Thank you, Charles."
the Incredible
that's
Hulk
some stuff
is
right
an
there.
amazing. And then they did a kind of a little bit of an
A hot
homage to the
take
Gray
right there. I
Hulk.
love it.
To the Gray Hulk at the end when the helicopter lights shine on him. I was like, that's a take to the Gray Hulk. You know what I mean? Then we almost got the leader. Come on, bro. I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. Like, I know I'll never get a Hulk movie like this again because Universal still has the rights, and then probably one of the best after credit scene when Tony Stark comes in that bar
We're putting together
and
a
talks
team.
to General Ross and said, we're putting on a team. He said, you should talk, you should listen. I was like, that's when we knew that this universe that they're building was going to be prominent.
Yo, by the way, if you guys are wondering why I saved Charles for last, why?
I love the Incredible Hulk.
Hot take.
I'm flabbergasted.
Right. But dude,
I am a Hulk.
But we're gonna get
fanatic.
into this after. We're gonna get into this after. It's fine.
I love it. I love it.
I've
So-
been hoodwinked.
and the last and final one. Now I could have said Spider-Man No Way Home because obviously that was an incredible movie. So I'm going to, and it was close between Spider-Man No Way Home and Eternals, to be honest with me, which would have been another controversy.
Wow.
But
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
I love the Eternals. I watched it 4
Wow.
times in a row when I got it home.
What?
Yes, I love it.
Wow.
Yo,
When I saw Urshim, I said, "That's Galactus." When I saw,
he's
it was
right,
just,
though.
it was
True.
just so much.
Right.
With
True.
that movie, I knew the possibilities were endless with Marvel. And the
Absolutely
only
right.
reason why I didn't give it this No Way Home is because it's part Sony and part MCU. So I have to get it to the Eternals as my last and final. And I just love the mythos. Jack Kirby did his thing with the just creating these characters and the way that they cultivate our planet and the way that I feel like you guys are right in the way that they didn't have enough time to really give you the full scope of what this story could be. But I will say that there was so much Cersei, and I mean there was just so much to add with this story and so much to get from this story, and that's when we knew that we were going to build into a bigger universe than what we ever got before. You know what I mean? So I am a big Eternals head, and I just love those characters. So that was my top 5.
This is the part I'm
mean-
waiting for right here.
I'm very
What
curious.
you like, Joe?
Listen,
I'm very curious.
this is
what I want.
this is actually incredible. This is why I saved Charles for last, because I knew he wasn't going to disappoint. Those last 2 movies and the explanations he gave sounded pure. It sounded right. Like, listen, you could disagree with him, you could agree with him, but whatever it is, like, that's his opinions. But ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go to the bottom 5 of Charles, and I know he had a hard time with this.
Really,
so
hard
let's listen to this man, and let's hear it. Oh wait, hold on, Charles. I'm not going to be mad.
I appreciate you.
So basically, you get a pass on a turn because
All
of
right.
the whole thing. Okay, got it.
All right, Charles.
Oh man,
The floor is yours. I'm so excited right now. Let's hear it.
all right. So I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top. I'm gonna do like my
So
man
wait, so
Drake.
like your worst movie?
My
to
worst movie to my least worst movie.
So the first movie you're gonna say is what you think is the worst movie in the MCU.
Worst movie of the MCU
All
by
right.
far. But I'm gonna give it a redeeming quality. I'm gonna give it 1 redeeming quality to each. So my first would be Dark World.
Hey yo.
My first would be Dark World.
There's no redemption for this.
There's no redemption, but I will say that there was a lot of problems behind the scenes. I think they should have brought Kenneth Branagh back that did the first Thor, and then when they hired Patty Jenkins, who did Wonder Woman, they hired her, and then they didn't allow her to continue doing the films, and they got another person, and that's what messed up Natalie Portman, because she was really looking forward to Patty Jenkins' portrayal. And there was just a lot of things that were going on with this film. I think that they didn't really know what direction to take Thor. I think that the Dark Elves and the Malekith, like, I agree, guys, like Malekith is a badassery in the comics, and I just felt like they kind of cheapened them out. So
For sure.
that's my least favorite, even though it does have the ether, it does have the reality stone in there. So I'll give it that. It does have the reality stone. I'll give it that.
So Charles's redeeming quality about this movie is there was an Infinity Stone in it.
There was
Nothing
an
else
Infinity
about
Stone
the
in it.
movie.
It's prominent. Okay,
There
gotcha.
was. And I guess the chemistry between Loki and Thor is always cool to see
Yeah.
on screen. So I think that was the only redeeming quality. Iron Man 3, I would put next. And Iron Man 3, again, I just think that they should have. I think that they got nervous about creating the Mandarin and making him Asian. That was the problem.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
Kevin Feige said that if he would do it all again, he wouldn't have let his fear get the best of his art.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the problem with that movie.
Well, he admitted to being upset that what was it? The Doctor Strange character, the woman, what's her name?
The ancient one, same one, same
yeah,
thing.
the ancient one, same thing. Like he
thing.
regrets how he casted that. He does.
That's right.
Interesting.
That's right. So I do like the fact that they did give us a proper Mandarin in the Shang-Chi film, which I do love. That actor, whoever that actor was, he played his behind off playing a Mandarin. So it would have been great to see him play the Mandarin in this film. The only the redeeming quality I give this is I did love the Extremist comic, with them, kind of like human bombs. I love that aesthetic. I love that. And I did love the plane scene where he's like saving all those people falling, you know what I mean? And everybody has to grab each other to kind of, you know what I mean? So I thought that scene was really dope. And the end sequence scenes with all the suits was dope too. I thought that scene was the whole concept with that scene. I thought it wasn't bad. I mean, I think what got people messed up was the Mandarin part. If it wasn't for that, I think this movie could have been solid. You know what I mean? I think it could have been forgiven. That's just my opinion.
Interesting.
Ant-Man, this was a toss-up between Ant-Man and Wasp, but I will say Ant-Man only because with the Ant-Man and Wasp, it was leading to what we were waiting for as far as Endgame, right? And also we got to see Michelle Pfeiffer, and we got to see Wasp. So for me, I've always liked Wasp as a character. I think that they used her very well in this movie as opposed to the last movie where she was kind of like the Oracle. She was just behind the scenes doing the computer work, and she needed to be in the field. You know what I mean, with Scott. So, and but I like Paul Rudd. I like Paul Rudd. He was charismatic and everything. Nothing against the movie itself. I think there were so many great moments in the Ant-Man movie, but I have to say that I like Ant-Man and the Wasp a little bit more, and I kind of like Ghost. I kind of like that villain. Or she wasn't really a villain. She was like an anti-villain. She was just had issues. She just had issues. There's nothing wrong with that. She just needed some. She stop phasing out.
I'm passionate about the Ghost. Okay.
I
actually like Ghost. I like Ghost.
I thought she was amazing. So that's why Ant-Man and Wasp is over Ant-Man to me. Next has to be Captain Marvel.
Dog shit.
Charles, why would you say that?
Well, for many reasons. One thing I'm a fan of is great villains, and I thought that Jude Law was the lackluster villain to me. His motivation, his story, trying to keep her emotions in check, would not make her human. All of that. I mean, just my favorite parts of Captain Marvel when she got on Earth. That was my favorite part. Like when she was in space in the beginning and all that stuff with the Kree, that part. But when she got on Earth and seeing what you call a younger Coulson, and all of that, like to me, that was the part that took it in the blockbuster and all that. Like that to me was the movie to me, And then when she sees Rambeau, and that chemistry between them two ladies, and then once she goes back into space and she starts fighting, and it was cool to see Ronan, because it kind of captured that connection between her and Guardians, but at the same time, it just, him as a character, and the Skrulls was cool, like you guys said, but just Jude Law as a villain, I just wasn't buying, I wasn't feeling, and that to me just wasn't.
You know what else good came out of Captain Marvel? Monica Rambeau.
Yes. Yes, Monica Rambeau. Yeah. Well, yeah.
She was younger. Very passionate about Monica Rambeau. And
yes.
I would like to meet her one day and tell her about how passionate I feel about her.
National alert.
And this last one is going to be maybe a little controversial, maybe not. But Spider-Man Homecoming.
That's fair.
Wow, 2-minute warning.
It's fair.
Spider-Man Homecoming. I will say, and I'm a Spider-Man fan. I love Spider-Man, but I think the biggest problem with this movie was that he was waiting so much to be kind of validated by Tony that he didn't get to do Spider-Man stuff, and I felt like that kind of hindered the character. I liked the Vulture. I liked my man playing the Vulture. I thought he did a great job, being a scavenger, just like a vulture does, and kind of like try to, he's just a blue collar guy, just want to feed his family. I like that part of it, but the Spider-Man part of it to me, and that's the only reason why it kind of like to me, Far From Home was way better than Homecoming to me. Yeah, Keaton definitely. Keaton is the man.
I do agree with Keaton doing no wrong.
Keaton is the man. Keaton to me was the best part.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Especially when he's in the cab and he's like, listen, once he figured out that he was Spider-Man, he's like, listen, you're gonna go in there, you're gonna show my daughter a good time, you're gonna stay out of my business. You know what I mean? Like
that's the most G-est
that was G gangster right there. But I just felt like he was just held back as being the Spider-Man that we all know because of, you know what I mean? So that's why Spider-Man Homecoming becomes my number 5.
All right. So listen, let's take this screenshot. Like I said, guys, keep hitting us in the comments because now it's about to get dirty. So I just want to be clear. We're at an hour 45 right now, and there's no sign of stopping. So here's what I'm going to do, and I think this is the right way to go. Aaron, clear everything. So I was listening to everyone and what we were saying and who we were voting for, on our spots. So I'm gonna give you guys all the movies in the top and bottom that had 3 or more votes. We're gonna put those in the front, and then after that, Aaron, if you could help me, we're gonna put the rest of the movies that were selected in the back end of that, and then I think we're gonna talk about the bottom 5 first. Try and come to an agreement on the first bottom 5, and then let the rest of the list stay, and then we'll go to the top 5 and try and let that list stay, and whatever we're gonna do. So for the bottom 5, for the bottom 5, everything over 3 votes was Captain Marvel, Iron Man 3, Ant-Man, Thor: The Dark World, and Hulk. So those were the only ones that I think I had over 3 votes. So for the top 5, the only ones I had over 3 votes was Endgame, Infinity War, Black Panther, and Winter Soldier. So everything else,
Leo's so mad right now.
Right, so everything else besides this, everything else besides this had 3 or less votes. So Aaron, let's try and put everything else before these movies, and we're gonna start with the bottom 5. Try and figure out where we're at with the bottom 5, and make our arguments, and then we'll do the same thing with the top 5.
Okay. So we got
from the bottom.
Yeah. So the bottom 5. Yep.
So it's Homecoming.
Homecomings. Yep. Every one that
Ant-Man,
put a movie in the bottom. Yep.
All of them. Wait, what? I'm sorry. Repeat.
So every movie that someone else put in the bottom 5, whatever it is, put in this list, and we're gonna try and get a top 5, and then we'll we'll let the rest of the list lie, and then we'll try and figure out what everyone else thinks.
I think that was it.
So Ant-Man and the Wasp, Spider-Man. No, there were no. What about Eternals? Didn't someone put Eternals in?
Top.
Yeah, I put it at top. I put it at my top.
He put it at top. I put it at my bottom.
Oh, I thought it was the bottom. I know. You see what I'm saying? Chase put Eternals in the bottom too.
Yeah, I put it in my bottom.
Ooh,
can you not put them in both?
I mean, no, it doesn't.
I think so.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, all right. No. So let's leave it in the bottom for now, and then we'll figure out where we have to put it. That's fine.
Will it move to the top?
I think Civil War goes up there.
Civil War,
Iron Man.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yep. Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers was up there too. Yeah.
Hulk was also up there.
Ragnarok was up there.
Ragnarok was up here.
That post.
I think that's it.
Look at John Fisher. Take the Hulk out of the bottom. This guy.
I agree. I so agree. I don't understand it. I don't understand the hate. I don't understand the hate.
I've been quiet for this whole fucking time.
But like I said,
I don't understand the hate.
Those 5 movies, 3 or more people choose to put those top 5 movies in the bottom. So that's why I put them there. And then for the top 5, Endgame, Infinity War, Black Panther, and Winter Soldier, that's more than 3 people. And then everything else was less than 3 people. So let's go through the bottom movies first, I guess. This is in no order, right?
You forgot Black Panther it had more than 3 people.
It's up, yeah.
Black Panther's up there, bro. I didn't fucking forget Black. Are you kidding me? You want to start a fight? You just want to start a fight.
Wait.
Get this shit started. Come on.
Chase had Doctor Strange up here.
Chase had Doctor Strange.
Yeah, he did say Doctor Strange. Yeah,
he did. All
right, did we miss
everything else here?
No.
You
that's everything.
Pictures. We didn't miss anything else, all right?
I don't think so.
Everything.
All right. So this is actually, can you take a picture of this because it's kind of funny? I want to see where we end up after. So this is the these are the movies that everyone has picked for your top 5, your bottom 5, and we're gonna right now try and go and rank the bottom 5 from best worst movie to worst movie. The most important thing, I guess, is the top 5, but we're just gonna try and figure this out. So I think the majority of us can agree that Thor: The Dark World is the best, the worst MCU movie of all time.
Yeah, I think so.
Is there anyone else that does not agree, looking at all these movies, that Thor: The Dark World is not the worst movie?
It's tied with Iron Man 3.
I don't know. Ant-Man. Good Lord.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take Iron Man 3. We're gonna take Thor: The Dark World. We're gonna put them all the way at the end of the list, and we're gonna talk about it. Okay. So, and Ant-Man. Okay, those three movies. So let's talk about Thor. Let's talk about Thor: The Dark World. Why was this movie trash?
I think weak villain. I think the
Malekith.
Right.
The whole fucking story sucked.
The whole storyline was horrible.
Yeah,
right.
Okay, so if you guys read Thor, if you read Thor, you know that Asgard has so much to offer in terms of other kingdoms that they have to defend against, giants, trolls. Like, dude, so in Endgame, Thor has to get a new hammer, and he has to go find a guy who uses a sun to actually make a new weapon. So when you go to this whole story in Dark World, like where's all of that at? You know what I'm saying? Like, most of the story is rooted in some type of mythology. There's all the things that you love about Asgard. Thor's a small guy. He goes up against giants and he kicks their ass. Where is that at? Especially as the number one antagonist in the movie. There's just none of that. So that's what just makes it disgusting.
I'm not arguing it. Nope. I am not arguing that. Those two movies belong there.
You have said that quite succinctly. And
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Iron Man 3 is also very bad to me. But like Charles said, I just think that Thor should be done so well, and luckily, like I said before, they redeemed it with Ragnarok a bit, or I shouldn't say a bit. Ragnarok is a great movie, but Thor as a character has so much to offer, and it's just like, to come out with that piece of garbage is just like, you can't, you know what I mean? Like, you just, I don't know. To me, that's why it's the bottom.
So let me ask a question. Raise your hand if you think Thor: The Dark World is the worst movie in the MCU.
You gotta ask me twice.
All right, so we have 5 and 1. Chase, what is your worst movie in the MCU?
He said Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
He said Ant-Man.
Okay, so give us your reason to why Ant-Man is worse than Thor: The Dark World.
Absolutely no freaking superhero value in that fucking movie. None.
Okay. Origin story.
First of all, the movie's kind of very kiddish. The jokes and the puns and all, like, it's just a really badly written story about something that has a lot of value. The fact that this guy can actually shrink down in between atoms and find different worlds, like, this is what I expected. This is where I expected him to go. Like, let's go exploring that thing. I just didn't get any of that. I didn't get any of that. It was just like absolutely just the worst thing ever.
All right, so let's raise hands. Does anyone, with a raise of hands, based off of the argument that Chase just gave us, is Ant-Man a worse movie than Thor? Raise your hand.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna have to put Thor as the worst movie in the MCU. But we're gonna put I guess we'll talk about Ant-Man versus Iron Man, right? Like, is that what we do?
No, Iron Man's still worse because everybody picked Iron Man.
All right, so Iron Man is still like second worst, right? And Ant-Man might be right there. So
can I just be completely honest? You said 3 or more people picked these 4 movies were picked 3 times or more.
That is correct.
These 4 movies.
So that's it right there.
No, Ant-Man. I had Ant-Man. Chase had Ant-Man.
Well, that's 2.
Did somebody else have it?
Oh wait, I thought someone else had. I thought someone else had Ant-Man.
Did Charles have Ant-Man?
I think I did have Ant-Man. I did.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That was 3.
That's what I'm saying. So these four are here. So we're debating on the last spot for these.
All right.
These
So
four,
between those 5 movies right there, that's what we're debating on. Okay.
I'm sorry, Black Widow and Eternals don't belong up here.
No, I'm sorry. Black Widow was great to me.
Yeah, I agree. Black Widow was
all right.
great.
All right. Does Black Widow belong here? Raise your hand. All right. Delete Black Widow. Does Eternals belong here? Raise your hand.
No.
Delete Eternals.
What you talking about, Willis?
All right. So does Ant-Man and the Wasp belong here? Raise your hand.
Yes.
You know what?
All right, hold on. All right, that's enough. All right, does Spider-Man Homecoming belong here? Raise your hand.
God, it's so close.
It could be debatable. I mean, it's not like I like the movie.
It's just not enough votes. It's not enough votes. Does the Incredible Hulk belong here? Raise your hand.
You guys are awful, bro.
It's 2. That's it. It's done. That's it. It's done. All right, so we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, Iron Man 3, and Thor. So is this the order that we think is from the worst movie being Thor: The Dark World to the best worst movie being Ant-Man and the Wasp? Is that what we feel?
Yep.
I think Captain Marvel. I think Captain Marvel would be closer to Iron Man 3 than
I think Captain Marvel is below Ant-Man.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Because at least Ant-Man had some funny parts, and Michael Pena and all those guys. They had some.
Dude.
It was a heist movie. It was Michael Douglas.
It was a heist movie. It was. Listen, it wasn't the worst.
I don't think it's the worst. I just had to choose.
You know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for Paul Rudd. Because Paul Rudd is on here.
Yo, Paul Rudd is a gem, and you leave him alone.
I love Paul Rudd.
He was genius in Civil War, though.
He was, and he was also good in Endgame, and
he was good in Endgame.
That's America's ass.
Facts. That's
America's ass.
Yeah, there you go. He wins.
All right, so these are our official bottom 5. Is everyone okay with the order
I agree.
that it's in?
I'm here.
Raise your hand if you agree with the order.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Oh wait, who doesn't agree with the order?
No, I'm good.
No,
you're good.
Yeah.
You're good, Charles. You good?
I'm good.
All right.
Thumbs up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we should probably take a shot.
Shot.
You know,
we're about to get into a real war right now. Cheers.
Do you want to know the best part about the entire top 5 that I love right now is that Leo can't remove Captain America: The Winter Soldier because it had too many votes. It was overvoted. It had 4 fucking votes, so Leo can't get it removed from up here.
How the fuck did it get 4? Which 4 you fucking cocksuckers put it up there?
Me, Abel, Charles.
Yep.
And Chase. Did you have Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier.
Or Wendell?
It's had Civil War.
You had Civil War. Wendell,
no, we had 3. We had 3. No, Chase, you had Winter Soldier. You had Winter Soldier, Chase.
I think you did. I'm gonna go look. Hang on.
Go look.
Pull it.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
He did it.
Oh, I see. No, I had Civil War, and then I switched out Civil War for No Way Home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what brought me down to 2 votes.
Oh, sorry.
So wait, did No Way Home have 3?
No. So the Winter Soldier was Abel. It was you, me, and Charles had Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Got it.
You 3 picked that horrible movie.
Bro,
wait.
Can I please ask you why? I've been begging this all night. Why is Winter Soldier a bad movie? If you could give me,
it's not better than Civil War.
Fucking reasons.
It's not fucking better than Civil War. It's not. There's no fucking better. There's no way fucking in hell it's better than Civil War. It's not. There's no fucking way.
I need you guys to shut the fuck up right now.
It is.
I need you guys to stop. Okay, so we're going to get the appropriate amount of votes for each movie. So obviously we know Endgame and Infinity War probably had the most votes, right? Aaron,
Black Panther.
Black Panther came before Infinity War.
Black Panther came before Infinity War.
It did. Yes, it did. Okay, so put Black Panther in front of Infinity War.
It did.
So between Winter Soldier and No Way Home, who had more votes? I feel like
Winter Soldier.
I think
it was tied.
Okay.
It was tied 3-3.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
Oh, right.
He's
All right,
right.
so put. Okay.
You're not fucking doing the kabobble on this shit.
All right, calm down, bro. I'm trying to let me do this. I'm the host for a reason, bro. Let me do this. So Civil War, how many? I think there were 2, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Iron Man, there were 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then everything else was 1, 1, 1.
1, 1, 1.
Just drop them all off.
Okay, so
that's cool.
So get rid
that's
of
pretty much where it stands, right there.
Well, that's where it stands for right now. But we're going to get a top 5 out of this list.
Take off from Civil War back. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, these are probably
No Way Home doesn't belong there, but whatever.
Oh wait, but no. Listen, this is the point of this. If you feel like a movie doesn't belong in a certain place, let's have the argument. Because honestly,
let's have the argument. No Way Home does not belong there.
Shut up.
Sony's a fucking piece of shit. So why the fuck is it there with the fucking Marvel movies? Doesn't make no fucking sense.
Leo, you're not letting me talk. You're not letting me talk. The reason I'm saying is because everyone's bottom list changed tonight, right? We decided to do this, right? So there's going to be a lot of other reasons and feelings and everything that we want to do, right?
Actually, my bottom list didn't change, by the way.
I mean, my bottom list changed. But I think other people's lists, bottom lists in here, changed, right?
Mine didn't change.
So we want to come up with a top list that might sound okay, but some people are gonna disagree and agree, right? So let's talk about these movies.
We talk about No Way Home.
I mean, all right. Let's talk about No Way Home. Does anyone feel like any movie should be over No Way Home below that, and tell us why?
Thor Ragnarok, because it's a better fucking movie.
No.
Iron Man.
Wait.
No.
Why is it a better movie though?
It's better than fucking No Way Home.
No.
Way
Ragnarok?
better than No Way Home.
No, listen.
Way better than No Way Home.
Tell us why.
Oh my fucking god! Do I have to seriously explain?
Literally, this is what the
just
podcast
because everything
is.
that happened
Tell
in
us
Ragnarok, everything that happened in Ragnarok, Thor lost his hammer. Thor lost his father. Thor lost. He got his ass whooped by his sister. He lost his fucking eye. All these key moments that happened in the comic book happened in that movie. He fought fucking Incredible Hulk and lost.
We're friends from work.
How the fuck do you compare that to No Way Home?
3 Spider-Man.
Just because 3 Spider-Mans and fucking 6 other fucking Sony Spider-Mans and 2 Sony Spider-Mans and 6 other Sony fucking villains.
3 Spider-Mans and Jamie Foxx. End of story.
Jamie Foxx is horrible as a fucking Electro in the first one, and he's horrible now.
Hell no. He's got the most fucking memorable fucking statement.
All he fucking said.
There's got to be a black Spider-Man out there.
Wow, he said one fucking line that everybody's been waiting for fucking 1,000 years, and you had a meme that's been out for fucking years already. They're all doing is rewashing shit.
I'm waiting for
fucking loving it.
There's got to be a black Spider-Man out there somewhere.
And Sony's gonna make it, and it's gonna be fucking awful.
Probably.
Thank you. So that proves my fucking point. The movie was a mid. It wasn't even deserved to be on the fucking top. It doesn't.
It does not. It does.
How? So you telling me that's better than every fucking other movie behind it?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking. You guys are smoking shit. Then I don't see it. You put a Sony Marvel team up over that.
Okay. Can I be?
Civil War should be in there then.
Wait, give Aaron a moment. Aaron wanted to say something. Give Aaron.
No, here's all that I'll say about this list. This is just me being completely honest. So I can appreciate Chase's statement about Doctor Strange. However, I feel like it lies somewhere in the middle of Marvel movies for me. That's just where I'm at. Avengers, obviously, it is what it is. It's a classic, but at this point, it's just been overshadowed by better movies made from it after. That's just the truth of it. It's still a great movie, and I would still watch it today. It belongs somewhere in the top 10 because of its nostalgia factor. And same with Iron Man, same concept. It kicked off the MCU. You can't deny it. It's an all-time great movie. Ragnarok, you guys know how I feel about Thor. To me, this would have been 6. It's right here. I could do this honestly, I just loved No Way Home. Like I do, and Leo's gonna hate me. I'm not knocking Civil War. I don't think Civil War is a bad movie, and it had cool parts in it, and Spider-Man, and you know, coming into the MCU and all that. I thought it was good. I just didn't think it justified being a top 5 movie, because to me, superhero team up movies, like, it was done better with Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. That's all. I didn't care about Tony Stark's backstory and how the Winter Soldier killed his parents. Like, I didn't care. That's just me being completely honest with you. I get it, but I didn't care. I thought it was good. It was fine, but I would never be like, go out of my way to be like, oh man, I have to watch Civil War.
But for a comic book head, all your favorite, but for all your favorite characters, your Tom Holland appeared there. Your Black Panthers appeared there.
True.
Mhm.
Wanda.
No, Civil War was solid. Yeah, Civil War was solid. And the great thing that they did with that movie was the fact that you can see both sides of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
You can see Cap's side, you can see Iron Man's side. So
Exactly.
they made it seem like
it wasn't exactly good versus bad.
It wasn't really good, right? It was just ideals versus ideals, which is what Ultron.
Okay, but wait. With that being said, if somebody killed your parents, how would you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, I want to kill them.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
thank you. So there's not good versus bad. Bucky was a fucking asshole. Winter Soldier was a fucking asshole.
But Winter Soldier wasn't in charge of his own body. He didn't do it.
But still, he did it, didn't he?
But he didn't know what he was doing. He was being controlled by Hydra.
Okay, so if somebody kills your parents and says, "Okay, I was controlled by somebody else,"
if somebody kills my parents and somebody's controlling their fucking mind to do it, that's a little bit of a different story. I want to go after the asshole that's controlling their mind.
But you won't kill.
Not that
him.
asshole. Of course, you want to get revenge, but until you later understand.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. But he was a villain in that. He was a villain. No point in Vincent. He still was a villain. He pulled the trigger. No matter what you say, what happened to him, he pulled the trigger. And if it was fucking fruit to nuts, anybody in this room, you touch one of my family members, you ended up 6 feet deep. I don't give a fuck who's behind it. Then I'll get the guy who's behind it.
But he fought with him in Infinity War and Endgame.
Exactly. Because he had no choice, because he was protecting his family. He was fighting for something better, wasn't he? He gave up his life for everybody else. There was only one. Remember that?
If my Aunt May was Marissa Tomei and someone killed her, I'd be very upset. And
but
I would recruit Spider-Man to fight with me against multiverse villains.
Leo,
and,
just saying.
Leo, without getting, I want to Anya. You don't have to give me an in-depth explanation. Which are you more mad about on this list right now? No Way Home or Winter Soldier? I just want the truth.
No Way Home or Winter Soldier?
Which one are you more mad about? Winter Soldier or No Way Home?
With the order that's going right now.
Because currently this has 3, so it's not moving.
Well, I know it's not moving, but both. I really didn't like Winter Soldier. I really didn't. Okay. Truthfully,
wait. Why didn't you like Winter Soldier? How about
I wasn't there.
The plot, it just seemed drawn out. I already knew. The thing is, I already knew the story, and I read it.
All right, so let me get this straight. You went into wait.
For me, it was too drawn out. I didn't feel it.
Stop. You went into this movie knowing that Shield was gonna turn into Hydra.
Yes.
Did you go into that movie
because in Captain America,
you went into that movie knowing that.
First Captain America, Red Skull is a part of fucking Hydra, ain't he?
Where's my cap? There is no way you went into this movie knowing that was going to happen.
Charles, wait, hold on 1 second. Charles, Red Skull, what group is he a part of?
He's a part of Hydra.
We know where Red Skull is.
Thank you. So how the fuck am I not going to know he's a part of Hydra? Seriously. Put two and two together.
Okay. Can I just ask a question though? Without Captain America, the Winter Soldier, does Civil War make as much sense as it does? Knowing the background and the relationship between Steve and Bucky and what Bucky was forced to turn into in Winter Soldier.
You got that in the first Captain America, the relationship.
No. You got their relationship, but you saw Bucky die. You didn't see what the fuck happened to Bucky. You saw him die.
You already knew their relationship. That's the question that you asked. If you knew the relationship,
okay, so you knew the relationship. Did you know what happened to Bucky after that? You didn't know he was a Winter Soldier. Without
Dude,
this
the
movie,
ice water.
without this
in
movie,
the ice water and lost his arm,
bro,
dude.
I'm sorry. Without this movie, Civil War is not a thing.
Right.
It's not a thing because they had to make this movie because he killed fucking Iron Man's mother, mother and father. They had to make it.
Tony Stark's.
Tony, whatever.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
It had to go. It's in order. That's what I'm saying. Marvel did
You're
not.
right. It's in
did not
order,
jump in
and
order.
you did not know what was going to happen in Civil War without.
Dude, I knew he was
Winter
a part of
Soldier.
Hydra. I already knew that.
Right, you did.
Exactly.
What about the other 3,800 million fucking people that see this movie, bro? You
Okay,
did.
what grows?
You,
What grows?
being a
What grows
comic
more?
book head,
What
knew
grows
was
more?
gonna happen.
Between what?
Civil War and Winter Soldier.
Of course, Civil War grew more.
Okay, so
Of
thank you.
course
That's it. That's my
But
point.
it doesn't make it a better movie.
That's my point.
Because Civil War had 15 characters in it, and Winter Soldier had
doesn't
5.
make it a better movie.
Exactly.
That's
And
the
you got
only
all
reason
your
it
first
grossed
appearances,
more.
and you got all your first appearances in Civil War.
Wait,
Still
hold
doesn't
on,
make it a
hold
better
on,
movie,
wait. Let me on that thought process. Like you're applying comic book like grading to a movie. Therefore, Thor needs to be up in the top one because the first Thor movie was the first appearance of Thor in the MCU, was it not?
Ooh.
So if you can't judge the movie because it was a first appearance.
I'm not judging the movie because it was a first appearance. I'm judging the movie because it was a better fucking movie.
Well, no, your arguments were it was the first appearance of Spider-Man, it was the first appearance of Black Panther.
That's what I'm saying.
Those were your arguments.
But then we could do that with the whole fucking MCU then.
That's
but no, those were. I'm just saying those were your arguments.
And those are if we're talking about origin stories. Those are 10 times worse.
Right, but I'm not arguing origin stories. I'm arguing what you said. You said that Black Panther appeared here, Spider-Man appeared there. Like those are your arguments.
For more than the culture, for more than what had more fucking relevance in the culture than Spider-Man and Black Panther. It wasn't Cap.
What? Wait, back up. What? Why is Black Panther in the conversation? Let's stick to what we're talking about here.
We're talking about one movie that you have 15 different characters, but it was one of the best fights, one of the best fights in the MCU. That'll be the airport scene.
So
no, we can argue that. We can argue fight scenes all day.
So a fight scene where everybody's pulling their punches because they don't want to kill each other. Got it.
Right.
Okay, cool.
But what's the same thing? It's the same thing as Winter Soldier. Cap didn't want to kill him. Come on. What are we seriously talking about?
Anybody.
We can talk back and forth and say, okay, this and this and this and that. We're not going to agree. Point blank, period. Because I'm not going to agree with your list. You're not going to agree with mine.
No, it's fine. We live in a democracy.
I'm going to be
completely honest with you. We live in a democracy, and we're going to vote. That's what's going to happen.
We're closer than you think.
You can vote all you want.
We will.
Give a shit.
Democracy. Okay. So
still not my fucking top.
All right, that's fine. Listen, so let's list here. So we have Endgame, Black Panther, Infinity War, Winter Soldier, No Way Home, and Civil War. So,
top 3 ain't going nowhere.
All right. So, do we agree with the top 3 order right now? Raise your hands if you agree with the top 3 order right now.
I mean, we don't agree on the order.
All right, no, that's fine. That's fine. So, all right.
You know what? I'll agree with the order too. That's fine.
I don't agree with the order.
I mean, you guys know how I feel about Infinity War, but
right. But listen, let's have a conversation.
I think No Way Home should be above what you call him Winter Soldier.
Okay, why do you feel that way?
Wow.
You can take Civil War off of there.
No, listen. Let's have this conversation.
No, take Civil War off of there. That's already your top 5 right there. Take off Civil War.
Winter Soldier was a really good movie.
Winter Soldier was like a spy thriller. It was like a James Bond film without James Bond. It was basically Cap, really realizing what he was dealing with in this modern world, of spies and double agents and stuff like that. So And I think that this set the tone for where the MCU could go. Because I think with the movies prior to Winter Soldier, with like we mentioned, Dark World and Iron Man 3, I think that once they hit the benchmark was Avengers, the film Avengers, which was great, then it was like, where do we go now? And when they did Iron Man 3, obviously they're nervous about the Mandarin, and then they did Dark World. So they were on this downward kind of trajectory, and Winter Soldier kind of set the tone for the MCU to say, wow, we can really go in a much better direction, even a different direction than we thought we were. And the Russo brothers just knocked it out the park. And they came from what, Community with
wow,
what you call it?
Wow.
But Civil War, I give it to you, Leo. I mean, Civil War was amazing because, like I said, just the concept, and it broke the Avengers up, which is why Thanos came in the first place.
It did.
Yeah, we need to keep Civil War in the conversation because this is
Civil War is all. Civil War is
no, it's not.
No,
listen, we need to keep it in the
the thing
conversation,
is,
Leo.
Why do we have to keep having the same conversation? It's not in the top. It didn't get enough votes. It's off.
Dude,
It didn't get enough votes. It has to go off. That's it.
All right.
That's a democracy.
Okay, wait.
All
right, wait. Hold on.
Can you trust my process, please?
Trust the process. Here's where I'm at.
We got 6 movies right now.
Here's where I'm at. Oh God, I could be convinced that Civil War could be above No Way Home.
Right. I'm saying that. That's what I'm saying.
Civil War is a phenomenal movie. It is. It's a very good movie. I will agree with that.
Yeah, it is.
I think the thing that's holding me back on Spider-Man No Way Home is the nostalgia factor, the Sony, the bringing back the multiverse, all of that.
It's the memes.
No.
It's the potential future of what's going to happen next.
But the problem is, all that came out in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and where it's at.
Right, but
Ant-Man and the Wasp started the whole thing.
Clearly, they did it. They did it really well. Obviously,
exactly. But still, it started there.
Right.
I'll tell you what. Let's take a vote.
They did nothing original. There was nothing original that has not been done already.
Let's take a vote right now. Would anybody on this panel put Civil War over Spider-Man No Way Home at 5? Right now.
I do, but it's whatever.
Put your hands up.
Everybody knows I'm not the only person here.
Over No Way Home.
Are you putting Civil right now? Are you putting Civil War over No Way Home?
Over No Way Home right now. That's the debate we're having.
That's it.
I don't know. I got to think about it hard.
I mean, No Way Home was just another electrifying audience moment in the movies.
But I do need to feel that we need to order the top 5. But I almost don't want to don't drop Civil War yet. I feel like no.
Listen, you as far as I'm concerned, listen, you can put Civil War up, move Winter Soldier down. No Way Home has to stay there. You can swap them and put Civil War in, put Winter Soldier at the end, take it off the park.
I would take No Way Home over Winter Soldier.
Okay.
I could say see Winter Soldier and
Civil War or Winter Soldier.
That's a tough one, man, because there's a lot of dynamics involved in it all, man. Like just the fact of what the story was, right? Like there was a lot going on in Civil War. Right? You had Cap versus Iron Man. You had Wanda meeting and being with Vision. Like a whole lot of stuff that takes place later on starts here. Like they really did tell a great story about the rest of the MCU. Winter Soldier, on the other hand, introduced this really great dynamic and this thought process for Cap, where in the end, although he knows the right thing to do as Captain America would be to bring this dude in, he was like, nah, that's my friend. And I don't know, man. I I don't know. It's tough, but I could say
It's
that
a tough one. It's a
Spider-Man is
tough one.
above.
Yeah,
I think
for real.
Spider-Man should be above Winter Soldier.
Imagine if Wanda was as strong as she is now in Civil War. The movie went over in 10 minutes. Wanda would have been like, everybody up in the air. See you later. Movie over.
Rain fire.
No more superheroes.
Oh man. All right. So let's.
As long as Cap is up there, I don't care. So if it's Civil War or Winter Soldier, it doesn't matter to me. As long as Cap is part.
I agree.
To me, the Cap franchise, even First Avenger, to me, because it had Agent Carter, it had Red Skull, it had the origin of Cap that they did very well in that film. The whole the setting of the world of World War II, they got even the ambiguous ending where he wakes up in Times Square and he says, I had a date. Like that was just the Captain America franchise to me is just to have a Captain America movie up there as one of the top is fine. So even Civil War or Winter Soldier doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that.
All right, so I actually want to talk about the way the first three are ordered. So Endgame, Black Panther, Infinity War. Me personally, I actually want to switch Infinity War with Endgame. I just feel like Infinity War was just this whole movie that no one expected to experience, and it went in, and just the way everyone voted, and I almost feel bad that I didn't put Black Panther in my top 5, but
how dare you?
You guys have convinced you. No, listen, you guys have convinced me, and I'm willing to change my views that Black Panther needs to be in the top 5. You're 100% correct.
Black Panther is a cultural movie.
But honestly, I feel personally that Infinity War should be number 1. It was just too crazy of a movie that
I'm not gonna lie, you're splitting hairs here.
I am. You're absolutely correct.
You're absolutely correct.
I'll be willing to have Infinity War above Black Panther. But
there would be no Civil War.
No.
I know that would be crazy. I think Tony asked Black Widow that. He said, "What do you think if we had the Hulk?" He's like, "You really think he would side with you?" You know what I mean? I think they did say that.
You bitch ass bitch.
He said, "We need a Hulk." But no, I think you're right. I can live with Endgame, then Infinity War, then Black Panther.
No, listen, I'm posing Infinity War then Endgame.
I mean, I love Infinity War.
Endgame was. I watch Endgame a lot more than Infinity War.
I understand, but
Endgame for
you know what though? You only watch the last 45 minutes of Endgame.
No, I watched the whole fucking thing.
No, listen, I watched the whole Infinity War movie.
But Infinity War is like the setup for everything. So it's like you have to kind of watch the whole movie because you know everybody gets into the bullshit that they get into. The Hulk won't come out; he gets his ass kicked. Like you have to.
I didn't like that part. That part I didn't like.
That was fucking dumb as shit.
I did not like that.
Wait, what part? What part was dumb?
Where Hulk
not coming out.
Hulk not coming out. That's the dumbest. Hulk has never been scared of nothing.
That's what I said too.
Nothing.
But he got his ass tossed.
But it doesn't matter. But the best part, they'll just make him matter.
It was not fucking. But you're right. You know what? In Endgame, he was so much better. In Endgame, he was so much better.
Because they portrayed him. They portrayed him falsely in fucking in what's the face?
He snapped
in Infinity War.
He snapped in Endgame.
He what?
Yeah. All right.
He snapped in Endgame.
All right. Let me ask you a question. Really?
What do you mean he snapped?
He snapped the gauntlet.
No, he did the Thanos claw.
Yeah, he did the Thanos claw. Yeah.
All right, stop. Hulk in Infinity War or Hulk in Endgame? Which one?
Hulk in Endgame.
Hulk in Endgame.
Definitely.
All day.
What?
Hulk was.
Dude, you want Professor Hulk?
Wait. What the fuck?
Hulk was trash.
Abel. Wait a second.
I
First
disagree.
off, in Infinity, I agree with you. I love Infinity War more, but Hulk did two things in Infinity War. He got his ass beat, and he wore a Hulkbuster suit. The best part of Hulk in Infinity War was when Thor came down and he opened the suit and said, "Ha, you guys are so screwed now." That was the best thing he did in the entire movie because it was comedic relief.
Yeah, because the whole movie he was getting his ass kicked the whole movie, and everybody who knows Hulk, he never stops.
You want bitch ass Professor Hulk.
He snapped the gauntlet.
Is that what you?
He snapped the fucking gauntlet.
But he also, we also got to see the original Hulk in the Avengers because when they went back in time, they saw the original Hulk.
So technically,
yeah.
In Endgame,
I don't know, man.
In Endgame, I got more Hulk screen time than I did in Infinity War.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Yeah,
there's no win in the Hulk in that. There isn't.
Because when they went back in time,
there isn't no win. Are you kidding me?
How is there no win?
There was no win.
Hulk in the Endgame was 10 times better.
Dude, when they went in the past and he was just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna pretend to break shit."
But him getting his ass kicked on a plane, him getting his ass kicked on a spaceship by Thanos, that's realistic? No. He would have gave Thanos a run for his money.
Yeah,
everybody knows that.
With the stone? With the stone, though?
With a stone.
Okay, wait a minute. So first of all, Hulk's whole power source is gamma radiation. Last I checked, it's one of the strongest power sources in the fucking universe. And everybody knows that the more angrier the Hulk gets, the stronger he gets. So the whole point where fucking Thanos kicks his ass, like, okay, put him in a hospital. If you manage to get him unconscious, maybe you can win. But him being consciously running away from a fight's not gonna happen. The Hulk's not built for that shit. Like, he's built for fucking war.
Thank you.
So that whole idea, he doesn't want to come out, it's like bullshit. If anything, it would be Bruce Banner not wanting to let him out, and the Hulk like, let me get to it.
Exactly. That it should have been reversed.
Marvel power.
Oh no, he definitely powered down the Hulk, 100%.
Yeah,
they powered down everybody in Marvel universe. Everyone.
Yeah.
That's a given.
But I was gonna say, I feel like you almost, I feel like you can't have that Hulk in the MCU because he like, listen, if the MCU ever decided to do World Breaker Hulk, it'd be another fucking thing. But it ain't gonna happen because he just blow up the fucking world, right? Like, it's the truth of the matter. You know what I mean?
Well, I get why they chose to leave him out because of the amount of power that he has. So if you remove him from the equation, now all the other stories that happen, all the wars and fights that happen makes sense. If you insert the Thor into the invasion into Wakanda, that shit doesn't even happen. The fucking Hulk ends that shit right, like, go get him, boom. That's a wrap. It's not gonna happen. So they had to remove him from the story in order to get the other things to happen. So I get it, but it's
off. It was off. It was completely off of his natural. It was a cool scene, yes, because everybody says, "Oh, Hulk smash, Smoke smash from Avengers." Everybody says, "Oh, he's the strongest Avenger." Whatever. It was cool to see. Everybody was shocked to see that Hulk got his ass whooped after he threw around Loki like that. That's the best scene in Avengers ever.
Puny God.
Dude, when he had him by his feet, it looked like a fucking cartoon. Walk, 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 walk. He walked away like a badass.
So we're gonna take one more vote, right? Like, so everyone's cool with Endgame at number 1. Raise your hand.
No fucking fighting that.
I mean,
you have 4. That's it. You have 4.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Infinity War 2.
Infinity War 2. Raise your hand.
Well, I want to. But
I'm fine with it.
I mean, how?
All right.
I'm fine. All right, so that's.
I'll let that one go.
I'll let it go.
They can flip flop 4 like this.
Black Panther 3. Raise your hands. Yes.
Definitely.
So good. Where it's
all
at.
right with that.
Definitely.
All right. No Way Home 4. Raise your hands.
No Way Home.
Enough. And Winter Soldier over Civil War.
That's a tough one.
It's hard
because I love Winter Soldier.
All right, wait. We got to talk about this then. All right, so
again?
Before we leave, so we have 2 versus 4. So Winter Soldier over Civil War.
Do we want to honorable mention this thing?
being that there's more
I'm
Civil
gonna
War.
recuse myself from voting.
No. You can't
because
do
now
that.
it's 5 of you.
No.
You gotta
It's 5 of
recuse
you now. I'm gonna recuse myself from the vote.
Okay, so we're gonna start
Abel?
with Chase. No. I'm gonna do this. What?
Look,
You have to understand. This is an unwinnable debate. Because
No,
it's
no,
not.
it's a winnable debate.
It's not an unwinnable debate. Civil War should be off because we already voted. We already put it at the list. It wasn't on it. It didn't make enough votes, so it's off the fucking list.
Wait. Who voted for Civil War?
There was only 2 people that voted for Civil War, me and somebody else.
I think.
All right, who voted for Winter Soldier? It was me, Chase, and
It was 3.
No, it was me, you, and Charles.
Yep,
Yeah.
I voted for Winter Soldier.
But
Yeah.
wait,
Okay.
Wendell.
Wendell didn't run for Winter Soldier.
I didn't have any of them.
Yeah.
All right,
either.
but listen, looking at this list right now, what do you feel?
You're gonna put all that on him, you asshole.
No, I have to. No, listen.
I recused
This
myself.
is
I
the
told you.
point.
He just said he refuses.
I recused.
No, he cannot refuse.
Plead the fifth.
No. No. Can we get Wendell on the big screen? Can we get Wendell on the big screen right now? Because we're now we're
Don't
calling
put him on the spot.
Don't make me
Wendell.
turn off my camera, man. There you go, Leo. That's it.
Wendell.
I'm not Wendell.
I need Wendell on the screen, please.
Not Wendell.
I need Wendell on the screen, please.
Hang on, I can't.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
welcome to this podcast where we're going to ask Wendell
I'm not Wendell.
what the hell is going on. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Wendell, just so you know where we're at, we have 2 movies that we have to vote on. You have Civil War or you have No Way Home. What is the movie that you feel like needs to be in your top 5? And like maybe talk about both movies and tell us why.
They weren't in my top 5 at all. I didn't even vote for.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're talking.
Forcing me to pick movies that I didn't pick.
It doesn't even matter. So let me preface this. We're talking about it as a group. These movies were voted by everyone more than the last person, and unfortunately, you didn't put these 2 movies in your top 5. But you have to choose between these.
They weren't in mine either.
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
I mean, no, you can't. Shut the fuck up. No, you can't. No, you can't. Shut the fuck up.
Put the list up.
So, Wendell,
Put the list up.
Wendell, you have a choice.
Wendell, what the fuck is wrong with you not having those 2 movies up there? There you go. That's the question I want to have.
Because Thor Ragnarok is elite as well.
I need all of you guys to shut the fuck up right now. I need you guys to shut up.
If the collars let him go.
Can you just put me and Wendell on the screen? Is that a thing?
Mo.
Like, can you just fucking do this?
I just picked one.
Which one do you pick?
Can you put me and Wendell on the screen? Is that a thing?
I'd have to remove everybody from the screen.
Yeah, just shut everyone out. Wait, I'm gonna
Quiet,
do it. Hold on.
Just take it. Just fucking do it.
Add, remove you. Okay. All right, hold on. Hold on. All right, Wendell. All right, listen very carefully. All right. So we have a very big decision to make.
I eeny meeny, man. Eeny meeny. Eeny meeny, mighty mo.
So
Civil War.
Yeah, so Civil War or No Way Home?
No Way Home?
Tell me. Oh, I'm sorry. No Way Home?
How much have you drunk?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot.
Winter Soldier.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that.
He's back.
All right. Winter Soldier or that? What are your thoughts? You're the deciding factor. We have to get to a top 5 tonight. Tell me.
Fantastic. So I will say, after my eeny meeny choice, it is Civil War, and I'm prepared to speak about it. One, I love the Civil War comic. I love that storyline. To get some type of simulation, because it's not actually accurate, but to get something as close to it as possible was absolutely fantastic for me.
But
now,
was the movie as close to the comic as it could have been? Like, was it?
I mean, it's as good as it can be, but I know that Hollywood would never directly pull a comic story. and do it verbatim. I mean, because that'll just be, Oscar worthy. However, they set it up as best they could, and they used Bucky as the catalyst, and I'm okay with that. But I think that it was a good way to divide the teams, and I think they did it very well. It put friends against friends and people who looked up to other people, like Tony, who looked up to Cap, like he had to turn around and end up fighting this man because, their ideas didn't match. I dug that. Winter Soldier was done well. It was a solid movie. But if, I could go either way, but like I said, I eeny needed it. I have arguments for both, but I eeny needed and the Civil War that I picked.
Wow. You really that holy shit.
That's it, man.
You
back.
really chose a hell of
bring
a
us
pick.
back.
Oh, he's bringing us back.
Please,
Yeah,
please.
bring us
Yo,
back.
Wait, ready?
Yeah, stop trying to convince
Yo,
him.
how do we feel
He's trying to
about that?
fucking
Ready?
rig the vote.
Ready? Wait.
That's it.
Here.
No, I'm not. I'm
Civil
not.
War.
Here, I got
No.
something for you guys.
Oh.
What is that?
Man Cave 101 Civil War.
Are you team Civil War? Or are you team
divided.
Soldier?
A panel divided.
No, listen. He made his
Wait, so
choice
put
very
fucking
clear.
Spider-Man down there too.
No, listen.
No, because that 3
I don't
votes.
know.
That one received the vote.
Spider-Man was dope.
Spider-Man
listen.
stays.
That's
Civil
fucking-
War,
But Civil
It's
War,
a
Civil
rewatch
War needs to
garbage.
move up. Civil War needs to move up and delete that tier. That's it.
That's insane.
I'll
That
go
is
with that.
that is the choice.
It's insane.
It
Insane.
just is what it is. Take a
That's
screenshot. Like that's what we're doing.
That's insane.
Listen,
It is. That's insane.
You got your Spider-Man. I got my Civil War. There you go. You're happy.
I just want to like let you know I am done, and so is Abel, and I've been drinking all night.
Wow.
Jesus
Yay.
Christ.
Yay.
All right.
yeah, I'm not mad at that list.
Listen,
No.
I am not mad at the list. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Man Cave Podcast, episode 7, where we fucking rate everything that we wanted to do. And Jesus Christ, we did it right, and it was a fight, and it was all right.
You see, with eyes. I see the eyelids.
John Fisher.
You know what the best part of it?
Address.
You know what the best part of this whole night is?
What?
Captain Marvel's dog shit.
White dog shit tier.
Like white dog shit tier.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Man Cave Podcast, episode 7. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook on Man
Like
Cave
and
Podcast 101.
Click that button.
Subscribe, please. Just keep
All
a
right.
like on
Like
it.
and subscribe. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Like, shit,
Yeah.
Thank you
subscribe.
for hanging out with us.
Until
my
next
God.
Thursday, folks, 8 p.m. Eastern Time here on YouTube.
No. Hey, no.
Wait.
Next week is Wednesday because Doctor Strange.
So, ladies and gentlemen, next Wednesday we're going to do a Doctor Strange preview. We're gonna do a Moon Knight
Final
season
episode?
finale and some bitches. We're gonna portal some bitches over here and we're gonna figure it out. So please join us the next Wednesday, and we'll see you guys soon.
Nice.
Peace.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Douche.